how to handle issues, because these issues cannot be just be escalating like that, because you are putting the people in the highway as well in danger. That is what I want to say on that. On the issue of Peter Obi and Dati and Doyin Okupe speaking to Nigerians, the question was asked: would Nigerians be tired before the election kicks off? My question is, Nigerians should not be tired now. Nigerians should be asked, are you going to be tired just because of Obi? Are you not tired of the way the situation is? This is the problem. I actually asked this question one time. If just because Obi came now is not the Messiah, I support Obi because I want the status quo to change. But do I actually mean just because Obi is there? The answer is no. Because from people who are following on this channel will know, I started this fight since before the advent of Obi, because I believe Nigerians have had enough. We should continue this fight, and this fight should continue to eternity. We are going to give it to our future generation to continue this fight, because injustice to one is an injustice to all. But for Nigeria right now, it's an injustice to all of us, and we should be ready to put in our resources to make sure that we get justice for ourselves and our generation and our generations to come. So it's a continuity. It's not something that will stop after Obi. No, the answer is no. I don't subject to that one, because I believe Nigerian is for Nigerians. So on the other issue where it has to do with it doesn't have a structure, it doesn't have this, why is it just internet? If the internet is not part of a way to energize people for a campaign in an election, why was the internet being called into it? You see, this is another form of communication. The highest form of communication is the internet you have today. Because right as I'm talking now, somebody might be hearing me in Kaduna. Somebody might be listening to me in Sokoto. Somebody might be listening to me. I'm even right here in Pluto, and you guys are hearing me right on Earth. So which means it is actually moving. So what we are trying to say here, don't be discouraged, because these are all what we call voter suppression. So they are suppressing you to just believe that it cannot work. There's nothing that cannot work. Sometimes they say Nigeria, anything Nigeria cannot do does not exist. We understand, but sometimes you need to also tell them that it does exist. We need to put this thing right there. Our people need to wake up, because when you see the question being put to Ahmed Dati, that how are you going to deal with the insecurity here? He didn't say, he said, we are going to deliver. Do you know why he didn't talk? Because he doesn't want to give them a way for them to see their strategy. It is very important in every elections that those who are running for positions have to keep their ideas so that you don't steal them. But one thing Nigerians need to know: do these people have a weapon to change the status quo in Nigeria right now as we speak? The answer is yes, because these people are working tirelessly and ensuring that they are watching what is going on. Now, 2 days ago, there was a poll conducted by the Nigerian authority, and it finds out that every Nigerians are tired. Why are they driven right now? Is because one, insecurity and the economy. These are the two things they find out. And why did they think this thing is very important? If you look at the cost of living right now in Nigeria, it's actually soaring. So a bag of rice, I don't think anybody can afford a bag of rice right now. So you see that a lot of somebody who cannot even afford a 2 square meal a day, how can he cannot even eat? So this is the cries of Nigeria. And why is the insecurity so important? Another factors, because nobody goes out anymore. You can't travel anywhere because you have to be looking at your shoulders for being kidnapped or being killed. These are reasons why Nigerians are tired. They can't go to their farms. The production level is going down, and there's high cost. When in economics, we had what is called inflation, and they said what causes inflation is when the demand is higher than the supply. In Nigeria right now, the demand is actually higher than the supply because the supply is low. How do they go to their farm to actually produce? His answer is zero. So these are the major factors, and Nigerians should be aware of all these things so that you can use it to campaign. We are not here to come and say, this one is better. No, we are talking about people who are bringing policies, people who are bringing things that will carry Nigerian forward. I really reckon with Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati because these are people who has strategic ideas of how a nation can be resurrected. In this time of difficulties, Nigeria need a leader who is not going to lead them to just a promised land and leave them there, who is going to give them the zeal to continue from that promised land and also metamorphose into something else. Nigeria, like Miss Kachi just said, we have everything that it takes. Trust me, we have it. Natural resources is there. Human intelligence. We are everywhere. We're scattered around the globe with different sort of talent that God gave to us. But the point is, we don't have a leader that can assemble this talent to put it into effect for a nation to get to build a nation. This is where we are lacking, and we are busy playing the politics of it's my brother, now my sister, it's my uncle, I will support him. This is the kind of politics we play, and this
My
is
thief
going
better
to
pass your thief.
exactly. This is why it is bad. Now Nigeria need to queue on this person to actually see you to the promised land. I'm not talking about myself, because I choose to come out here to talk to Nigerians because, like I told you, I am a Nigerian first and I'm a Plutonian second. So I will always love my country, and I'll always defend my country, and I will always make sure I put the necessary resources to make my country better. And also, not just only for myself, for also for my lovely brothers and sisters who live north, south, east, and west. They are my brothers. They are people I should be concerned, not the people who are not ready to make sure that a country grows, other than to envelop, to enrich themselves and are also their cronies. This is so disheartening that Nigerians, as the giant of Africa, we cannot even boast of having a security apparatus that would, subdue a common terrorist. This is
Okay.
absolutely bad. Nigerians, I will tell you, please don't be discouraged. Let us continue to strive. Let us continue to move forward, and we will get to the promised land. God
Thank
bless the
you.
Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God
Amen.
bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli. Mr. Machiavelli, people in the comment section are asking me, where is Pluto? Do you want to answer that question?
Pluto is one of the planets, and that's where you can find me. I think I'll leave that there. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli. I can see we have more people in the comment section. I see the finest of them all right there. Irene Finest. Good evening to you, and thank you for joining me. I can see Uki Ebo. I see Sam Joe. I see Naomi Bella. I see Guy Omanlele. I see you all right there. Thank you so much. I can see Madam Rita right there on the comment section. Madam Rita, good evening. Thank you for joining me today. I see Osayen Wenre Monday or Morodion. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I see Evans right there. Jeko Obedient, I see you right there. Thank you all so much for being here. I see Emme Chuku Ukuba. Thank you so much, Michael. I see you right there. I see Silvanus, Joseph, Oji, Amichin the Fair. I see you right there. Thank you guys so much for being here. Right, somebody in the comment section is asking, how do I be a speaker on the show? The link is just right there in the comment section, guys. All you have to do is just click on it, click on the comment section, and I'll have you right here with me on screen. I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much. I'm going to go straight to the next person I have here, which is Mr. Let Go. Thank God, say Mr. Let Go come today. Mr. Let Go. Mr. Let Go, can you hear me?
Hello?
Mr. Let Go, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Mr. Let Go, yesterday you were attacking us that you were here for
Can you
4 hours.
hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Yes.
I said
Okay.
yesterday you were
Go ahead.
attacking us that you were here for 4 hours. They didn't allow you to speak. Meanwhile, I had to take the video back and you spoke from the beginning for almost 5 minutes or more than 5 minutes.
No, that is not 5 minutes. That is not
But
5 minutes.
you spoke, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But you were
Yes.
saying you didn't
That's
speak. They didn't allow you to speak. I
no,
had to take the video back and I heard myself
no.
calling out to you more than how many times, Mr. Let Go, are you there, Mr. Let Go? And you were not available.
Kachi, yesterday I was actually the first person that spoke.
But you talk, say you
And
not talk now. But you said you didn't speak. You can't even they
no,
threaten me. They tell me say you not go come our show again. Why now?
no, I did not threaten you. What I'm saying is that after Mr. Niger Watch asked me just one question, what do I have to say on this? When I answered that question, it is about 2 minutes. When I answered it, then he said, okay, he's gonna come back to me. And
All right,
since he's
no
gonna,
wahala.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, even right now, I want to know how many minutes do each individual have to contribute in this platform.
It's a Let Go. Please go ahead and make your contributions.
That one I said no, because we should try
You
to
don't
be
want to. You
specific.
don't want
If
to go
if
ahead
you
and
are
make
given,
contributions.
yeah, I can, but like me, I want to be specific. If I have 2 minutes, I know that I have to summarize
Mr.
all
Let
my
Go, you
speech
have
to be
five
in two
minutes.
minutes.
Please go ahead and make your contributions in 5 minutes.
Thank you. So everybody have five minutes, right?
You're speaking for yourself, and I'm telling you, have 5 minutes to make your contribution. Please go ahead and make your contributions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, because this is one of the problem we have as Nigerians now. Rufai failed the law, and they want to criticize him. They want to do this against him. They want to do that against him. Yes, he broke the law, but yesterday when I saw this, I went back and watched the video the day Tinubu came back to Lagos. And in that video, you can see that Tinubu and his campaign and his police and his military, all of them broke the same law. They blocked the whole way, the whole BRT way. They blocked every road. People cannot pass through. The road was standstill. He is not yet the president. And nobody said they broke the
The
law.
question is because one person thief, come and say make you thief too. Because other people are using the BRT lane, does that mean that Rufai should use the BRT lane?
No, Rufai know that he's a public figure. He's a journalist, and
Because
he's
he
sitting on
said
the
he
throne.
saw other people passing through the BRT lane and they were not caught.
Yes, yes. Even if he saw that others were not caught, he's supposed to know that by now he's a target to so many politicians with their thugs and so many things following him because he's stepping on their toes. So that was the main reason why they singled him out. So he's supposed to be careful of himself because he followed that road. This is not the first time he followed that particular road. So he followed that road every day, and they see him every day pass through that road. And he is always the one speaking what Nigerians want to hear and know. And he's the one that asking the right question whenever he's making a speech. So he's supposed to be careful. He's supposed to be aware that these people are following him. So that is all I have to say. And he broke the law, so he have to pay for this, for all the consequences that he committed. So that's all I have to say. But the same law all Nigerians broke the same law every day and nobody had been prosecuted. So whenever, if you're a journalist today and you are doing a good job, you know that people will not come for you and people will be monitoring you. People will be waiting for you to make that singular mistake so that they will pick it up. Like the question that they ask Dati, what are you gonna do with the insecurity? They have been trying so much, doing so much to ask them the question, but they don't want to review anything to them because they will use it against them during the campaign. And that is the best answer to give. So that's all I have to say about it. So the issue of P2B, I think the way Nigeria is today, we don't need to tell anybody what to do. We don't need to tell anybody who to vote for. The choice we make today, we will reap it tomorrow. It's left for all Nigerians to decide 2023. As I usually said, before you think of 2023, think about yourself. Think about an alternative of our families that have been killed, raped, murdered. So before you ever think of, I'm going to vote for Labour Party, also think of how am I going to protect myself? Because they have funded these terrorists. I even got a very strong information that some of the governors is the chief commanders of these terrorists in the north. Strongly. So they have funded these people with sophisticated weapons, and they are everywhere. So we have to start thinking about how we're going to fund ourselves, how we're going to protect our families. That's all.
Mr. Let Go, are you done, please? Oh, I think we lost Mr. Let Go right there. I can see Madam Rita is saying that Rufai said he did not know it was a BRT lane. Catch listened to Rufai's narrative. It was in an area he never went to before. But that wasn't what, Rufai actually said a lot of things that are complicated that it doesn't go down well with me. Initially he said Google directed him to that part. Then the next thing he said, he saw that people passing there. That was the reason why he passed there, XYZ and all of that. He said a lot of other things, right? Anybody who lives in Lagos especially knows that there's a BRT lane made for BRT buses. What I would advise is for him to just pay the fine, do the needful, and just move on. Just move on. Honestly, if I was it the one driving the car? Because according to him, he said he is not the owner of the car. A friend owns the car. Was it the one driving the car? Because I can see he has some other person with him there. If he's not the one driving the car, why did he pass the BRT lane? You're a public figure. You come on and every time to talk about, all these things and criticize people who are not doing the needful. It should just go ahead and pay the fine and just move on. That is what I have to say about that. Passing the BRT line, he broke a law. He should pay the fine and just move ahead with it. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Tiyobala. Mr. Tiyobala, please. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, madam. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone listening to us on the comment section. My great panelists, thank you all. I'm here. I'm listening to you, madam.
You're listening to me, Mr. Tiyobala.
I thought you wanted to ask a question.
No, I'm not asking you. If I want to ask you, I'll come in.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. First of all, I really want to make a very few comments regarding that Rufai case. Like as he has earlier pointed out, he flouted the rules and regulations regarding the BRT lay, which I'm expecting the appropriate authority to take the appropriate action. Which action I'm taking about here? It does not warranting going to jail or prison, anything for it, just a fine that you need to pay. But the only way I'm blaming Rufai for this, in essence, is that he know very well that he's a public figure and he has to be very careful. For the fact that other people pass through the lane, he should have done that. Though if really were speak truth to power, the Kabah, they say that oh Nigeria, they are not angry with, they are not happy with what he is saying regarding the ways, is there for the masses for at the moment, they are not happy. They are looking for every way to nail him down. But whichever way, you should just be patient with them, do the needful. If there's any farm, rather fine that is that is charged or whatever, you should pay for it. But the aspect of policemen pointing gun at him is very, very worrisome. It's not something that should be commended at all for this modern world. It's not good. Even in developed world, when once a thing like this happen, they will issue a ticket. Then you go and pay. And if it happens repeatedly, they will take your license off from you. So there's nothing to be worried about. It's not a case we'll even be talking much about. Like, they not really have much. It's just a normal thing, though it's not really normal in a real sense. But we have a bigger issue right now, because the so-called the APC and PDP, they are trying to bully us. They are trying to pull us down by saying one or two things. That should be the most important, things regarding our campaign right now. Our mail should be our front burner. This is a minor case. Whatever happened, so you should pay the fine, and you should try as much as possible never to do such thing again, because it's very important right now. Regarding the issue of that, what Doyin Okupe was saying in that interview, you will see very well that even before now, Doyin Okupe have been saying this thing right from time, because even me, I sense it before now, the wave, the massive voting that will be coming on board come 2023. It's not going to be the usual way of election be conducted. It's not going to be usual way of voting. Even before now, they were talking about structure. Even some persons have the opinion that 2 months ago, or rather a month ago, Peter Obi fame will just fade off, and people will not be talking about him again. Today is gaining more momentum day by day. That's also to show to you that something is involved here. Why are we talking about Peter Obi? He's preaching the right message. He knows the solution to the problem we are currently facing in the country. He not just know it, he has practicalized it when he was the governor of Anambra State by implementing the MDG goal that enabled the schools in his state to be number one, and being able to provide access to the rural people for them to sell the agricultural products. And he was able to, work on the healthcare sector, educational sector, and every other thing. And he did not only stop there. He was able to save 5% of their revenue. And the problem Nigeria is facing today are just that same issue we have right now. And just that same issue he was able to provide solutions to in his own state. We have revenue problem as a country. Our educational system is not working. When you talk about human capital development, is on a very low side. Corruption index is on a very high side. And inappropriate management of public resources is on a very high side. Our government officials are scrounging our money, misusing our resources. The person of Peter Obi in his state was able to be prudent in management of public funds. These are things that is resonating among the people. Over time, we'll be faced with some, government or presidency. They will come with their baggage. Because we don't have any choice, we'll just, okay, this is a lesser evil, let's just go with this person. Knowing Peter Obi over time, at least with what he has done, he has shown to Nigeria that at least we can still have somebody of such reputation, somebody of such integrity, of high standard, which we never believe would ever happen among the elites. People are trying to, juxtapose Peter Obi with PDP rather, based on he was there before and all that. But if you like yesterday when I was listening to Doyin Okupe regarding the video that I just shown today by Nigeria Watch, you know, it says something. A book written by Ugozi Okojo-Iweala, how he warned Nigerian others governors to save money, but they never listened. It was only Peter Obi that did save money for the state. Imagine if all other governors have been able to do that. All this situation we find ourselves today, we will find ourselves in this situation. We are talking right here, as we speak right now, people can no longer feed in Nigeria. People finding it difficult to send their children back to school. You know how expensive school is in Nigeria as we speak right now. You can choose not to go to university, but you cannot tell your child not to go to those basic education like secondary or primary. It's a must you must do for them. But the cost of taking your children to school right now is very, very expensive in Nigeria. Come on to talk about feeding them. So people are finding it difficult. So we need a person that will be at the ends of our affair, who will be able to manage these public resources. And not just managing it, you'll be able to save for the future and invest in human capital. In today's world now, economy are being driven by the people. Over time, what they keep on doing, they don't care about the education system of the country. They don't care about how the economic well-being of the nation. They will be executing unnecessary projects with a high rate, you know, as a result of them looking for a way to, you know, package our own money. So in today's world now, we are looking for that person. That is the message that Peter Obi is preaching and is resonating among the general public. That is the reason why you ask the question, will it die down? Are we going to get tired? No. The situation is getting worse on a daily basis. It's getting worse on a daily basis. So the people are more aware. No matter how much you are going to give, no matter the amount of money you are going to give, say you want to buy vote, it's not going to resonate this time around. It's not going to work this time around because people who sold their vote in 2015, in 2019 and more, you know, are regretting why they did that. So the most important thing we are going to be looking out for now is to put these candidates from these various parties on a scale according to Peter Obi. Let's see what they have done in the past. Let's see their antecedents. Recently, the Delta State governor was saying something about competency. Fine. You were once the chairman, local government, you were a senator, now currently the governor of Delta State, also the VP to of the PDP or whatever, you know. But putting you on a scale over time, what have you provided for your citizens? Recently, people are protesting in your state for you not being able to pay your salary, pay them area and allowance. So those are things we are talking about. When you talk about experience, you put them on a scale. How does your experience benefit the ordinary citizen? What have you been able to provide for your citizen? That's why I am angry with people who are saying that it's the colonial master who have put us on this and that. I remember when I was a very little child then, you know, we used to run to the tap to go and fetch water. That was called water board. You know, we'll be there pouring water on. Where is the water board right now? We don't have any. If you go to Nigeria University today, the structure built by the white men are still standing till tomorrow. Example is University of Benin. Go and check Faculty of Engineering, Life Science, Physical Science, and many other, law. Those structures built by those whites or people then are still standing. But what are the structures that these government or people in charge or in the hands of affairs are building right now? Before one breeze will just blow everything off. So the problem we are facing is not foreign problem, it's our problem. Mismanagement, corruption. Today, we are inviting foreign bodies to come and help us build our railway, build our technology or whatever, which on a normal, they're supposed to be a practical, supposed to be executing in our various labs in the university. Nigeria, we need to grow that country. It's not rocket science. We can do it. One of the ways we can do this is to, first of all, elect a credible leader before we can start demanding accountability. Like what Peter Obi said in one of the recent Zoom meeting we had just on Sunday here, he said something very crucial. He's going to put 100% effort. Very important, 100% effort. You might not expect, you might not see 100% result, but at least the effort will be crucial. Today, we are facing the problem of insecurity around our country. Why? Because the commander-in-chief have failed to exercise that power. You are the commander-in-chief. You have the right to issue a command. You have the power, but you are not doing anything about it. Some people are being arrested, they will be released. Now, all they care about is just to use their political power to fight opposition. In this country we find ourselves, many Nigerians are traveling abroad, looking for a greener pasture. As a result of this, we are not having brain drain. We have doctors across all the country, healing and taking care of old men and women, young and of foreign land. Meanwhile, our elderly are dying in numbers in Nigeria. There's nothing wrong traveling abroad. Fine, it's good, but at least you have sufficient enough to take care of your own people at home. Nigeria are not looking for much. They are not, just give them enabling environment. Recently, Atiku grant interview saying that the population of the northern population, 90% of them are not on social media. If you as a leader can come out on air to say such a thing, it's very shameful. Today, I know what social media is giving. In short, recently, for you to know a man that is going to create a job, since Peter Obi came started competing for this contesting for this presidency, many Nigerian youths are now using it as a source of revenue as we speak right now. Just make a video, call Peter Obi, speak for him, people will view it. That is to tell you that a man that will create a job, you will see it. It will give an enabling environment for the citizen to excel. So regarding the VP and the video you showed concerning the insecurity issue he was answering, fine. Insecurity, the security and the insecurity or whatever, the way of tackling it is very crucial. Sometimes you might not want to expose everything, but he has said it time without number. The way of dealing with insecurity. In one of the videos I watched, you can deploy technology. Even Peter Obi said something that the number of police force and the army and not the entire force in the country is not enough. If Egypt of about 100 million people can have over 300,000 force or more, imagine Nigerians of about 200 million. We are not even up to 300,000 or whatever. So the number is so weak. It's so weak. So the insecurity issues is very crucial, which I believe is on their front burner. But when dealing with insecurity, like what Peter B have said earlier over and over, there are natural insecurity. Whether we like it or not, many security happening in Nigeria right now, apart from those Boko Haram and all that, people are missing, kidnapping everywhere, blood money and all sorts of things. What have resulted to all these things? Armed robbery, what have resulted to all these things? It's because of most of them cannot even feed themselves. They are not looking for a way to earn a living, but which is not the best. But if you are able to provide, give enable environment for the citizen to excel, to do one or two, definitely things will be okay. A lecturer, a country lecturer cannot even afford to buy car for themselves, to even feed their family. Is that what you want? And these are people that are supposed to be the engine room of development. So it's very important. And you said something regarding the INEC registration and all that.
Of those. Yeah, people are clamoring for an extension.
I think INEC have done enough. I see no reason why they should even extend anything any further, because extending it will give room for excuse. So because they want to use this month to prepare their logistics, then print the card. So giving another extension will no longer be relevant. And yeah, one INEC official came out when they extend the date till last month ending. Many Nigerians went back home. They never go back to go and register their voters card. They went back home, except few of them that was doing it. But about a few days to, they said you see them rushing. That is Nigeria. Most of the mentality we are having in the country. They should not even bother extending it. And besides, the number of voters card, voter registration or grant is enough for who wants to win election to win election. Over time, we have over 30 million voter people that normally show up for the voting. Meanwhile, a total number was about 85 or 80 something million. So if you are able to convince those other people, then you are sure of winning the election. And I'm more assured Nigerian that this election is going to be won on the first ballot.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Theobala, for that. I want to say thank you so much to Mr. Alexander Gomez for the super sticker. God bless you for this. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. Guys, support us with a super sticker. Super sticker is just right there on the comment section on the right-hand side. All you need to do is tap on it and make your donations, whatever you can, to support us to keep doing what we are doing. Thank you very much again, Mr. Alex Gomez. I'm going to go straight to the next person here, which is Yes Corner. Yes Corner, good evening to you. Hey, you show us your face today. Praise Master Jesus.
I was trying to push the mute, I was trying to unmute and I clicked on my camera. But hey.
What a beaut.
Look at who's talking. Frying pan, calling pot black. I beg. Kashi. Greetings everyone on the panel. Thank you once again, Naija Watch. This is amazing. So I'm not going to spend time on Rufai. If he did the crime, he should pay. He should pay the dues. It's just that simple. He needs to understand, and everybody has echoed the same sentiment. He needs to understand that all eyes are on him. He needs to understand the kind of person he is. He's a truthful person, and there are a lot of people that are not smiling at him. He needs to be aware of that. He can't just be, we're talking about Nigeria here. So he really needs to be cautious and careful, the way he spends his time. So if he's done something wrong, he should just pay the money and keep it moving. We don't have time for that. Now, I don't want us to take away from the attention. Peter Obi Dati all the way. And I don't want anybody to get tired. Now is even the time to be pumped, because there's a lot of hope in the air and there's a lot of work going on the ground. I have family on the ground and I keep getting updated on what's going on. So I'm excited about what I'm hearing, even though there's a lot of challenges on the ground. As we all know, it has to do with logistics, people going to villages and all of that, right? But we have to keep pushing, okay? Now, with regards to our wonderful VP Dati, I am very happy. We know they talk she. We know they give she. We know they share any secrets with anybody. That's how it's got to be. Now, so it's supposed to be. What do they want to know? Why are they not pressing the other candidates like they're pressing them? They have tried. The one they have told us from the beginning is enough, and that's what we're going to run with. I'm very, very pleased with it. I haven't seen the entirety of the video of his appointment, but I've seen clips of it. I've seen, where he was talking about, where they were asking him about security issues, and he was like, no, you know what, my man, we will do it. We will do what we got to do when we get there. And that's how it ought to be. I'm very pleased with that. There's a lot going on. I think I heard somewhere that Peter Obi is going to come out with a link for his donations or for his campaign, whatever it is. I'm looking forward to that. I'm encouraging anyone on here on this platform, don't give up, don't give in. It's like a woman, they say, who's pregnant for like 9 months. And they say when they're close to the 9 months, that's when the pain is heightened. That's where we are. We are pushing right now. We are gradually getting there. So we can't give up. We can't get tired. We have to keep blowing the trumpet, and keep reminding Nigerians, because we're very, very forgetful people. We're extremely forgetful. There's a lot going on in Nigeria. Nobody is safe anymore. If you have family back home, even if it's a distant relative, it's still a part of you, right? Even if it's not a distant relative, the fact that your land, your original land, where you come from, there's trouble because you don't have anywhere else. So no matter where you go in this world, Nigeria will always be your country. Don't forget where you're coming from. I I don't care where you are. I don't care how much good life you're experiencing anywhere else. Always remember your source, where you come from. So this is why we need to fight for Nigeria. Be that tea all the way. Am I missing anything, Kashi? Hello? Kashi?
Doyin Okupe's video, if you have any comment on that.
All right, Kashi is Moyes Connor, thank you very much for joining us. And the first time we are actually seeing your face.
It was by error, but hey.
No, it's good. It's good. I like this. I like this.
So I want to quickly touch on Doyin Okupe. I didn't touch on that. I haven't watched the interview in entirety, but the clip that I saw when he was talking about, they asked him about the question, or if I can just ask, what do you really want me to respond to with regard to that interview? And I'll just quickly respond to that so I don't go around in circles.
All right, Kashi is back. I would prefer Kashi to respond to that. Kashi,
can you hear? So Kashi, can you tell me what you want me to respond to about Doyin Okupe's interview?
Okay, yeah, I think you already talked on that because
I haven't. I responded to that of Darty, not Okupe.
Having.
Okay,
can you guys hear me now?
Your network is not friendly.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now, please?
I can hear you now.
Go ahead.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Why Kashi sought out herself, Doyin Okupe?
Yeah, okay. So for Doyin Okupe, I like the responses he gave in the short clip I saw about when they asked him about the structure, whether he thinks that it's just the social media.
Yes, he talked about the structure. He also talked about assuming that Peter Obi is just for the social media. He talked about the INEC, and he also talked about how Peter Obi already financially stable 25 years ago, and the other presidential candidates cannot come out to say how they made their money within that 25 years period. So these are the things that he actually touched on.
Okay, so for the structure, we all know, hello, I'm the structure, you're the structure, all of us here, we are structure. Our voice not loud enough. Is our voice not loud? Is the impact not felt? Who go talk say no they feel the impact of Naija Watch? If you know they feel the impact, raise your hand. We are the structure. Do we need to say more? On ground, there's structure. What about this guy on a video that we saw with his microphone in the marketplace, going around and sensitizing people? North, south, east, west. What do they talk about? They are just choosing to be blind. They know, they themselves know their leg no strong for ground again. They know they're literally going to be uprooted. So they will say anything just to make themselves and their fans feel like there's something. They know they don't have anything to stand on anymore. The structure, everywhere I go, every platform I've been on, even when I talk to my family and my distant relatives and friends back home, it is real. The structure is powerful on ground. It's even more powerful on ground than it is online. For those people who think, oh, it's just an online sensation. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's not just an online sensation. There's a lot happening on ground that some of us will not know because they're not the Kukuma give them light for Nigeria. They're not they give them, they're not they talk better news. They're not they tell us what they happen. But the people when they ground, that are actually doing the work, and there's a lot going on that we don't know, And then with regards to the INEC, personally, I'm a little bit divided about whether they should keep it open because what I noticed, whether they should extend the date, because what I noticed is that when they just extended it recently, a lot of people just became complacent. And then they waited till the last minute and they started running like headless chickens to go and get their PVCs. I don't understand that. That whole mindset, man, this is why we need to get the right leadership in. There needs to be a revamping and retransforming of the mind that has to go on in Nigeria. I don't understand. The mindset is really disturbing. You know, you had enough time to go and get your PVC. You waited to the last minute and you are rushing to go and queue up again. You know, so I'm kind of divided. I don't know whether to say, because it would be nice to have a couple more people get their PVCs and register. That, yes, I really want that to happen. But on the other hand, I'm like, are they going to wait last minute again? You know, because truth be told, I think that this is the only election that I've seen that people have registered in their millions. I mean, anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen it in Nigeria before, you know. So this is the only time. And then with regards to what else did Okupe say again about Peter Obi? Oh, funding. Of course, Peter Obi has been prepared. He's a prepared man. When you are prepared, an opportunity comes, it will happen. That's what the man has done. So nobody can take that away from the man. It is evident, it is clear in the way he speaks, in the way he does these things. Action speaks louder than words. The man has been preparing for the longest time. And I also heard he's been using his own resources for his campaign. Isn't that mind-blowing? This man has been moving from place to place all on his own dime. How many of the politicians, how many of the ancestors can boast of the same? How many of them? All the people that they've been sharing money to, buy delegates, buy this one. Did they not want to buy Oswafia? They did not want to give him 10 million on top of, wanting him to come and campaign for them. The man rejected it. I'm very proud that we still have people of integrity in Nigeria. I'm glad that Osofia rejected it. You know, at the end of the day, that's all they have. How many people can you bribe at the end of the day? How many really? And even with the ones, some of the people that they bribe, guess what? On that day, they're going to be Obidati. That's a fact. They will collect the money, use it to buy bag of rice, carton of whatever, everything they need, and then vote for Obi because they know change is contagious. When something is good is contagious. When hope becomes something that people can feel and almost touch, there's nothing you can do about it. Even some of their delegates will vote for Peter Obi. I guarantee you that. They might not say anything, but on that day, a lot of people that are clamoring for the ancestors, you go see them for election day that day. They will vote for Peter Obi. We will all be here. We will celebrate. Anyway, make everybody else stop. I bet more than try limit this to 5 minutes.
Thank you. All right, we're going to do that. Thank you so much for my corner. Gege. All right, thank you so much on my corner for that. I'm so sorry, guys. I had a little bit of technical issues right there. I want to say thank you again to Alexander Gomez. You say for pronouncing my name very well, you get another $5. Great job. Thank you. Make I pronounce your name again. Alexander Gomez. Alexander Gomez. Thank you very much, Alexander Gomez, for this super chat. Guys, please support us right there in the comment section. On the right-hand side, you have the $ right there. Click on it to support us with anything you can to keep this movement going. We're putting a lot of resources into this, coming on live every day, not be beans. No, easy at all. So guys, support us. And I want to say thank you to our viewers, to the people in the comment section, always coming out here. You guys are the best. To my amazing panelists, you guys are wonderful. I learn every day from you guys. I learn every day from you guys. Thank you so much for all you do for Ninja Watch. Trust me, we do not take it for granted. God bless you. Alexander Gomez. I don't call your name again. Alexander Gomez. Make I use and sing music. I can sing. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to go straight to Mr. John. Mr. John, please. Good evening to you.
Hey, Kachi, what's up? How are you
Kachi, you today? There? I'm here. I can hear you loud and clear.
I'm fine. Doing well. Okay, I think there was just a slight delay. Hello to you and all of the panelists. Hope everyone's doing well. I think the first thing that you talked about was Rufai, and I've actually had some interactions with Rufai in the past, and so I think he's I think most people see him as the person that speaks up and speaks the truth. And I think he's made a 180 from some of the things that he's potentially thought about Nigeria in the past. And I think this experience that he's had recently, just the one that we're talking about now, I think it should open his eyes more, right? Because some people are saying, "Oh yeah, he broke the law. You know, he should pay the fine." What law? Nigeria is lawless. People break that same law every single day. People break worse laws in Nigeria, and they never get cautioned. This is a political thing because he's choosing to speak out. He chooses to 90% of the time talk about the reality, and so I think that those people that don't see this as Nigeria happening to him, at least in a soft way, I think they're missing the point because people break that same law literally all the time. People break laws in Nigeria all the time, like daily, constantly. Even at this moment, they're breaking laws and knowingly. But one thing that I didn't like about the whole thing was that he said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he said he would reach out to the governor. Is that right?
Yes, he said so. Yes, he said so.
I don't like that, because Nigeria has that whole, Imam Madu mentality,
Oh,
I really
okay.
I don't like it.
His excuse for saying that is if the security operative are behaving in a certain way that are uncalled for, that it is right as a Nigerian to call the head of the security, which is supposedly the governor of the state. So he didn't
Okay,
mean
yeah.
he didn't actually say it in. He didn't actually mean it that okay, I am bragging that I can call.
Yeah,
The
but
governor.
I understand that, and yes, it's his right. And those of us abroad who are experiencing a functioning government, yes, we can call the governor. But in practice, Rufai is someone that has privilege where he could actually call the governor. So that just came off wrong because the average Lagosian or the average person in Nigeria doesn't have even credit to call their family member, let alone call the governor. Mm-hmm. So that one, it just kind of, I like that. Yes, he knows his rights, but in the sense that if he broke the law, even though the country is lawless, I don't think he should be talking about, I'll call the governor, because it's like, that whole Nigerian mentality of, do you know who I am, and do you know who I know, and like that's how it kind of came off to me, because your average Lagosian wouldn't have that ability. Now, the fact that they pulled the gun on him. Again, this is luckily he wasn't hurt, but this is him waking up to the fact that Nigeria is not, in some sense, not for him, because he's talking about things that some people don't want to hear, in the that people who have power, and I think it should be a warning to him to take his position in society a little bit more seriously, like people have been saying, because he could easily become a victim. So in some sense, I'm really happy because I know Rufai. I'm glad the kind of 180 that he's taken, and the fact that now most people will see him as someone who's speaking the truth. But that just should make him open his eyes, and that's what I have to say about that. In terms of that interview with Dati, I think that's it's somehow, I understand why he said it the way he said it about security, but it was somehow not satisfying. Personally, this is just my own personal opinion. Like, ultimately, what do you need to say? We're going to come and handle business. We're going to come and kill the terrorists. We're going to come and put things in order. Like, comes, and he basically said that. They said that, and they said they're going to do whatever it takes. So I do respect that. It just would have been a little bit more satisfying, just personally. Knowing the havoc that terrorists has caused in that country, that to come out and say it's strong, that hey, we're going to come out and but I get the point of people have said things in the past that they don't accomplish. So it's more of wait, you'll see, get it, but it's good in some sense to come and let people know that you're coming with the hammer. You're going to come and take things in the right direction if that's what you're actually going to do. That's just the messaging. Now, I don't know if they're going to actually be able to put security in place because I think there is a couple of their interviews, it made me kind of wonder. We know things that we can't let people know. There are things that we can't talk about. Well, where did you get this information from, right? I mean, you're not currently in government, unless people in the Nigerian army and military are leaking information to you, or foreign bodies are leaking information to you. What do you know beyond what the average person knows? Like, I mean, that's a real question. It's like, okay, you're saying things that we've come to know things, but Peter Obi currently is not governor. Unless people are leaking him information for them to have a better understanding of what's on ground, how do they know that information? Are people leaking it in the government, or is it coming from a foreign agent? And if there's things that can be done right now, why is the government not doing it? We all know because the government's corrupt. So it leaves some questions in my mind to think about. Okay, well, who's really feeding them information? What's really behind the sort of intelligence they have in terms of what's on the ground? Because from my vantage point, Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, all of these people, what's going on in the north, it's not a small thing, and it's embedded. When you really do the research, it's embedded in people's culture. So it is a really interesting question as to how they're truly going to handle insecurity, because insecurity is more than just terrorists have a bunch of ridiculous weapons that the average person doesn't have, and maybe the military. These people have anti-aircraft, like they have rockets that can shoot down airplanes. So there's funding behind that. So clearly, it's not just a whole bunch of ragtag people. In fact, the Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram and ISWAP, when you look at the list of terrorist groups, these people are even above Al Qaeda, and Al Qaeda pulled out some pretty sophisticated terrorist attacks. So while we may think about Boko Haram in the terms of like people on ground who are there's masterminds behind Boko Haram and all of these terrorist groups that are very, very, very sophisticated individuals. And so it begs to question, like, what's their real strategy? Like, and so I see the need for secrecy, but it's again, the problem is deep rooted in the culture of a lot of the North. So that's all I'm going to say on Peter Obi and Dati, because I know this is a Peter Obi Dati house. So I'm not gonna go into that too much more.
You keep making that statement. So Peter Obi has a lot of people who likes him here. Now you just said it again. This is a Peter Obi Dati house. Like I don't understand when you always say these things. Do you have any special supporter in mind, or you don't believe in one Nigeria?
I personally don't believe in one Nigeria because it hasn't been properly negotiated.
So what you're calling for is a split.
I believe there should be a referendum. Yes, I believe there's a referendum. And if people decide they want to be a part of Nigeria, then that will be something that's negotiated, which will allow us to sit at a round table and discuss things as equals. But until Nigeria is negotiated properly, I can never believe in one Nigeria. Just like a marriage can't be by force.
You don't see Peter Obi and Dati, turning the situation around for good. I mean, the situation
I see out of the candidates that are currently running for president, I think you would be just, if you're going to vote, I think you'd just be the most.
Okay, I'm not talking about out of the
person in the world
right
not
now.
to go for Peter Obi.
I'm not talking about out of the candidates. I'm asking a direct question right now. Do you see Peter Obi and Dati? Do you see them turning the situation of the country around for good?
Okay, so you're saying, so don't compare them to the other candidates that are running.
I'm not saying don't compare. You're saying don't compare. I'm just asking a direct question. I just need an answer. Obviously, you've already established that fact that you don't believe in one Nigeria, right? You're calling for a referendum, which is fine. So I'm asking you, do you see Peter Obi and Dati capable enough to turn Nigeria's situation around for the good?
No. But they're more capable than the other candidates. So if you're going to vote, then you should clearly vote for them.
I'm not asking for a comparison right now. I'm asking a direct question, which needs a yes or a no answer. Do you see Peter Obi and Dati capable enough to turn the situation of the country around for good?
No. And it has nothing to do. No, and it has nothing to do with their expertise. It has nothing to do with them as characters, or them in terms of their intelligence, or them in terms of, it has to do with the structure of Nigeria. So it's like at some point, okay, for instance, let me give an analogy. Everyone talks about climate change, and if you've followed the discussion around climate change enough, you'll realize that they talk about a point in which there's a point of no return. Like if the earth warms by a certain number of degrees Celsius, after that point, no matter how much you do, you can plant 1 billion trees, you can cut everyone from going in the car. But after a certain point, there's a point of no return. Nigeria has crossed that point of no return, mathematically, economically, in terms of science, not in terms of opinion. So it's not my personal opinion that's leading to this conclusion. It's an understanding of economics, mathematics, sociology, and psychology that comes to the opinion that without a actual referendum, Nigeria is not going anywhere. And that has nothing to do with Peter Obi and Dati. So even if you were to take some other, like if you were to take someone who's just immaculate and bring them to Nigeria and tell them to solve Nigeria's problems, I would still give you the same answer. That's why I wanted to preface it by saying that in the context of voting, you'd be crazy not to vote for Peter Obi and Dati. But if you ask me, let's talk about economics, or which I have an understanding of, or if you ask me, let's talk about the proposed energy plan, which I have a deep understanding of, I can tell you structurally why that's not going to work. That's all I'm saying. But that has nothing to do with discouraging people from picking the correct candidate in this case, which would be Peter Obi and Dati, if you're going to vote. Okay. I hope that makes sense. It's logical.
I think in addition to that, Nigeria need to go back to regional government. That's a simple truth.
No, even that at this point won't work. But I'm not here to discourage people. Dati and Peter Obi clearly, if you're going to vote, but that's why I didn't want to talk about it. That's why I didn't even want to say all of this stuff. I wanted to just move on beyond from that. So
no. Don't I don't like it when you sound like that, so that nobody's stopping you from actually saying anything you want to say. But I get to ask questions sometimes when I'm not very clear as to what you're talking about. That's why I ask those questions. All right.
Yeah, and you can ask me why. You can pick something specific. Like you can talk about the economy.
You've answered the question. You've answered it already. You said no, and you gave reasons why you think. You gave reasons why you think they are not capable. You even went as far as saying that if you bring somebody that is without sin, like a saint right now, to solve the problems of Nigeria, you don't think they will still be able to do that. So come on, if you feel a saint cannot do that, who is Peter Obi? Peter Obi is not a man without sin. Is not a saint either. So I totally get the angle that you're coming from. Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. John. I'm going to go straight to the next person we have here, which is Ngozi. Ngozi, good evening to you. Thank you for joining me today.
Hello, good evening. How are you guys doing?
Oh, actually, it was a woman. Good evening to you, sir. How are you?
I'm not a woman, my guy. I want to just contribute just a quick one why the security situation is worsening in Nigeria. If you look at 2015 when Buhari came in.
So sorry, Mr. Ngozi. I'd like to cut in a bit. Please, I'd like to know, is this your first time joining us here, please?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, great. Where are you joining us from, please?
From London.
Oh, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you have subscribed.
No, I haven't, to be quite honest.
Okay, but please make sure you subscribe before the end of the broadcast. Thank you very much. Go ahead and make your contributions. We are very glad to have you here. Thank you very much for being here with us.
The security situation in Nigeria is something, if Buhari had wanted to deal with it, it wouldn't take more than 2 weeks. But the problem is when somebody came in with agenda, he has his own agenda, it's not going to work. At the end of the day, Buhari came in 2015. You know how much a bag of rice was? You know how much dollar was to Naira? First of all, what he did, he started with visa on arrival. The visa on arrival was to bring his brothers in to Nigeria, flog them into Nigeria, fill that place up, and do what he was trying to do, right? Then that one did not work. He went for waterways. The Senate refused. He came again with Ruga. We refuse. But what I'm trying to say is this. All we need to do in Nigeria is changing the mindset. When we elect people, they should serve us, not we serving them. We should take off that mindset. And all the police and the military, all of them there, when you elect them, when you put them there, they feel they're serving for the government, for this people there. They don't even care about ordinary human beings. They feel that we're serving them, not them serving us. We have to change that mindset. How is it going to happen? It has to be. Buhari came in and said it has to be from up to bottom, but now it's gonna be from bottom to up. You see, that's the problem you're having in Nigeria. Nigeria, to me, to be quite honest, I believe in referendum. Because even if PDP is going to win now, if you look at the 1999 constitution with impunity, it's not going to do nothing. Okay, but let me give you an example now. Somebody who wants to get into a university in Imo State or Anambra, an area, the cutoff point might be 40. But if you go to Kaduna, the cutoff point there might be 16 or 18. You see the injustice. And nobody says something about this. Nobody says something about this. Nobody is saying, they won't do anything. If you look at the candidates now that came out, now, if you look at the Atiku, Tinubu, you can't, there's no comparison. Unless you're not a Nigerian, and if you're a Nigerian, you're a human being, you vote for PDP. For now. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Because Nigeria has gotten to the stage where you can't even travel from 1 kilometer to another place. You don't even know if you're going to come back. I came to Nigeria some time ago. I saw what was going on there. Everybody's afraid to come back home. Because what we are seeing on social media, what we are seeing on videos and everything, everybody's afraid. But if you look at APC will come out, they will come out and tell you they are improving, we are on it, we are working on it, we are this. They are liars. Why can't we tell ourselves the truth? I don't believe that somebody will come out and say, I'm going to vote for Tinubu. Tinubu should go and relax. Tinubu should go and relax. Tinubu, if you look at Tinubu now, look at Tinubu. Okay, if you go, there's this company based in Abuja, there, Beacon Consultants is based in statistics are giving us that now within this year, within 6 months of this year, 6,698 people were killed in Nigeria for the last 6 months. And if you put it into mathematics now, if you look at it now, it's coming up to 1,116 monthly, and then 37 daily. How can we continue like that? How can somebody look at all these statistics and then it's talking about APC? You want to vote to Tinubu will continue where Buhari stopped. Atiku will continue where Buhari stopped. If you're a human being and you're a Nigerian, you vote for PDP. That's my own comment anyway.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ngozi, for that contribution. I'm really glad to have you here. It's your first time here. Thank you so much. Please do not forget to like and, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. So whenever we come on live like this, you would, be informed. Please do so. And we're always here Monday to Thursday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time for our discussion like this. On Friday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time for the debate. Then we have our newspaper review Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time for our newspaper review, when we talk about the news headlines and, things like that. So endeavor to join us. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you. I actually have a caller right here. I don't know if Oh, okay. I don't know if that person is available right now, but this person has actually been calling. Guys, if you can hear me, if you're watching me right now, do not forget to like and share this broadcast. This message is not for you and me alone. People need to hear what we are doing here. People need to hear. So, guys, endeavor to like this broadcast. The likes are actually really poor. The reason why we always ask you guys to like, you already know, so our message can keep spreading like wildfire. So endeavor to like this broadcast. Thank you very much. We have a caller here. Good evening, Mr. Efe. Good evening to you. Hello, Mr. Efe. Can you hear me? Good evening to you.
That watch all over the world. I greet the panelists, I greet everybody, the platform. Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, first and foremost, I want to greet my brother, Edola, my brother, Amayubi. See, there's one thing I want to let people understand in this Nigeria Watch platform. Nigeria platform is not just only a platform, it's just like a school. You understand? People are here. Some few as a call. I know me myself, me personally, I know the call where they receive every day from Jamie, old man. Say, man, things they happen for them, people they talk sense. My brother, waiting this my guy talk just now. Don't lie, Nama you did. For Western world will be there for years. So why is this saying for Nigeria? Person, if just common man for street, he made a mistake, it will be wala. This Erufai, you know, man,
it's not El Rufai, it's not El Rufai, please.
You said what?
I said it's not El Rufai. Rufai, not El Rufai.
Rufai, sorry to thank you for you to correct me, my sister. You know, because everybody bloody up. We know they put a list, you understand? So Rufai, you understand? Why this say, everybody need to understand, say this Rufai, so because of say, man, at best way people I say they try to talk the truth. Just like somebody like Nigeria Watch. Then make any little mistake. We need to understand. For abroad, and I make everybody they try to put better leader for them. Yeah, me when they talk to you, so they drive bicycle, they go work Monday. Not be I don't beat traffic 2 times. The other day the beat letter won't give me for us. Police not pursue me, carry gun face me. Man, in short, with Nigeria, they pay me saying na Nigeria for poor. If they pay me, what did they happen for them? If they pay me saying na Nigeria, they perform me, now my parents for poor. Because what did they happen for them? See, according to the news, they carry gun face her. But people, if they loot our money, they don't they carry gun face them. Best way don't make mistake now. Then they carry gun face her. If maybe mistake now, go meet the trigger. Should be go put fire for her. How long will take wise? Don't say people. See, I want to. I'll be obedient. Me personally, I will say message to Obi. If you don't be president of Nigeria, United States of Nigeria, all the whole police, they need to put them in order. Why I so much love of being a traveler? You don't see what they happen for Western world. Because Nigeria, the way that they practice the law for them, you know they happen for Western world where we stay for years. You know they happen there. So may they leave there may they leave her alone. The guy even accept say he made mistake. So the people know they make mistake. All that big men know they make mistake. Why we say Rufai now? Because they don't say I say now straightforward person, always honest to everybody. So we don't need to bend this thing. You understand? So may they leave that guy alone. That is just my contribution.
All right. Thank you.
I love that guy. I love him.
Okay.
So that is it, my dear. That is my contribution because
I
live in Western world for past 16 years now. I know what I don't see for years. So
thank you.
Thank you. God bless everybody.
Amen. I hope so you don't like our show. I hope so you don't like
him. I never like her. Say me I felt talk. I go like her and I want to share her for WhatsApp.
Thank you.
We know your day here. They talk. We they do underground work for Nigeria work.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ife. Mr. Ife, say United States of Nigeria. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys. If you've not liked this broadcast, please like and share. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Ife, for calling on the show. Yeah, so Irene Finance, Wahala, no, they finish. It's okay. Anyways, we're going to go straight to the next person we have here, which is Let Them Say. Let Them Say good evening to you. Thank you for joining me today.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, all the panelists. Good evening, Nigeria Watch and the family and class.
Let them say, do you think Peter Obi has what it takes to turn Nigeria around for the good? Peter Obi and Dati, of course.
Yes. When people said Peter Obi cannot do this, Peter Obi cannot do that, of a truth, Peter Obi is not the one that want to change Nigeria. It is Nigerians who will change Nigeria. As Peter Obi entered the position, he looked for a good person and put in the position. Because if good people who willing for their heart to do the work, not who buy the work, there are people who bought the work and there are people who are willing to do. The problem that in Nigeria is not moving forward, that those people are the one buying it. not willing to do it. So that is why Dati and Peter Obi are willing to do something, not to buy. So if they become a president, because it's willing something, it's like you want to give person a something you have. It is the person did not ask you. You will want to give him what will make him happy because he did not ask you. So that is why when Peter Obi come to the position, the chief judge will be the judge that know law, that know what law is supposed to be. The senator, the head of the Senate, will be the person that know what law is supposed to be. The head of representative, what do they call them? House of Assembly, will be the one that know what law is supposed to be. The head of doctor will be the one that know what's supposed to be called medical or treatment. So the head of Agberu will be the one that know what it really takes to become Agberu. The head of security will be the one that knows what it really takes to become a security man. So by the time all these people are in position, Nigeria has fixed. So Peter Obi has the mind to make Nigeria work. So likely we still have people have mind to make Nigeria work. What just matters is to bring these people together. Nigeria will become okay. To make Nigeria work, it doesn't take it doesn't even need to take 4 years before Nigeria start working. We let us remember, for those of us who witnessed it, when what made them brought Buhari to power, they thought Buhari was the one that was leading the country when he was a military man. It was because our late brother, Tunde Idiagbon, was there. Tunde Idiagbon was the one that led the country when Buhari was a military government. That was why everything was working. He said, obey before complain. He was the person who said, let probe who have ever eaten Nigerian money. He said, let's start from Idiagbon. With Babangida, say, come and probe people who ate Nigerian money and start with Babangida. Or with this Buhari say so. Or what is our cheapasm? Will they say, come and probe and start with them? No. They will set up ESCC and begin to face opponents and begin to face those that are not speaking their language, that are not their ethnic. That is how they set up ESCC, or their ethnic who did not set them for their evil. So that is how those people they probe. It was Idiagbon. So many people were not on they don't have that wisdom that it was Idiagbon that made Buhari government to work. So that was why they were clapping for a wicked man to become their leader. And he has come to become, he's now leading them. What we are facing today in the country, because I know Peter Obi and Dati, two of them have stated that they want Nigeria to work. With the little they know, they will bring other people together. Nigeria will work. So I find that people were talking about insecurity. How will a man who set up fight settle the fight? Buhari is the one that is killing Nigeria. I'm not hiding it. If he say it is lie, he should remember that he said he's going to make. I was not in Nigeria, I was in Libya. I watched it in NTA news. He said Goodluck Jonathan win not. He said, I will make the government ungovernable for him. So a man who said that, I will make the government ungovernable. And people said, you come and lead them. So that is why it's making the country ungovernable. Because he has said it, a moment he said that, and that was the time they started their destruction. So that is why he put all the mechanics in place. And that is why till today, he's still the one destroying Nigeria. Let Buhari leave this position and see all these menace that you are seeing today, they will not stop. It is of two ways that this thing is happening. Buhari as a military man, check the people that they are putting in the military. They are putting their people. So that if it happens that people protest against the government, their people will still take over and said, then since the civilian could not do this thing, then the military need to affect the country first before they will bring the democracy, this, that. They said they want to, then they will still continue to siphon our Niger Delta money. So it is we, that is why I said this yesterday, it is we that are sleeping and clapping hands along with this new couple. What we are facing, Sri Lanka did not face half of it. They blocked every place. Their president run out of office. He run out of the place. So, but because of our too much British knowledge, so British language now, we are no longer in Africa. We are no longer Africa. So we are not British. So we cannot talk more than British as themselves. So we see what we're supposed to do as nothing that concerns us. That is why we are being deceived by Rome way of life, which is Christianity. That is why the North has been deceived by the Arab way of life, which is Muslimism. So we now leave our land for a foreigner to invade us and start destroying us. We are no longer concerned of our real life because we are not modern world, this, that. Well, anyway, so those who think Peter Obi doesn't have what it takes to make Nigeria work, I assure you, if Peter Obi entered as a president, in under 3 years, most of you that are criticizing that country now, we want to come back to that country. Because I know what it takes to do plus and minus. And Peter Obi know what it takes to do plus and minus. He know how not to go and spend money that's supposed to use to tie with in party, or in birthday, or in girlfriend mama burial. So he doesn't do those things. When road spoil, he will fix road. When you need light, he put the money in light. Instead of having 50 people as bodyguard, you don't need bodyguard. Those money, we use it to do something for the country. So Peter Obi has all it takes to make the country work. Then for Aerofire, although Nigeria did not have law, Nigeria is not even yet a country. I say it every day. It's just a British sovereignty. It's not yet a country. Because before country become a country of different people, this kind of tribulations must come so that people will not come together and write agreements. If you do this, we will do this. If you do this, we will do this. But Nigeria have not even getting to that stage yet, because that is why they are not yet a country. They are just common entity, a British sovereignty of the British. So Aerofire, if he goes through law as one of their servants, he has to pay, because it's their servant. He works for them. They feed him. They pay him salary. Now, if they make roads, they say this one is no going area and going area. Do they put signboard to demarcate? That is one thing. Without signboard that tell people that this thing is not what to be done, this thing is not what to be done. If there is no signboard, then let them go to court and settle themselves. But if there are those signs that tell you don't do these things and don't do these things, and you still do it, you are wrong. So you have to face the consequence of it. So, but to say police face him with gun, I told people that Nigeria never have what is police. Nigeria only have what is called punish them, because they don't have police. They don't, because those ones they call police doesn't know their duty. Police is to protect the people, not to be killing the people or punishing the people. So now, when you beat a traffic, it's not to point gun at you. It's just to take your plate number, take the record, or if they were able to block you, they block the vehicle. They have right to seize the vehicle. They don't have right to seize the driver. Then, if he pay the fine, the vehicle is given to him. But if it is something he do often, they take his license, then ban him not to drive again. So these are common something. But it's just a law of don't pass one way. But if there is no other law that guide it, it's a fine he has to pay. If we pay, they give him his vehicle. They put his vehicle on the road. So there is nothing to say he resists arrest or he doesn't arrest, because it doesn't even warrant arrest. What a warrant is to give him paper to go and pay fine. It's just like the way road safety we are holding people that time. They will seize your vehicle, give you money to go and pay fine. After you pay, they give you back your vehicle. That is how it works. So if you disobey traffic, like here in Europe, if you disobey traffic, police will not even block you. They will not. If you are coming home, letter has been waiting for you. Letter. Or if letter did not wait for you that day, if it is a place that's far, within the week, the letter will come to your house that so and so time you beat traffic. You don't have any man. If so and so day you cannot pay so and so amount, if you resort to so and so day, you pay so and so amount. That's what it goes. So that is what they're supposed to do, and let us know. So if you refuse to pay those kind of money, then they will seize his vehicle. So that is how it works. If really we have government, because we did not have government, we only have government. So that is why they misbehave, because they have in their hands. So they have to be misbehaving because it is God that is with them. So if we have government, they will know what is rules to guide people, because government is the one that guide, not that destroy or threaten or misbehave. But what we have is just government. Then because God is their hand, they misbehave. They don't know how to guide. They are the one that here police doesn't beat law, traffic. Here, the only people that have right to beat traffic is ambulance. So only ambulance have right to beat traffic, or emergency. That is where police cannot beat traffic. But in Nigeria, the police know what they call traffic. Do they know what they call one way? They drive one way. They drive no sense. So are those people police? Are they not punished? So that is it, my sister. For those who said Peter Obi about money, yes, Peter Obi have said the way he makes his money. Let the rest people come out and tell us the farm they make and the job they were doing, the business they set up. They not make them. They not explode them. Even the one that said he had 36 cow, 36 cow doesn't increase or reduce. So neither the people we did not know the work they do. Nobody know their father. Nobody know their village. Nobody in them come into government. Then a person they pay salary. How would they make all those money if you are really aiming salary? That is why here the salary you make at the end of the year, government will calculate it. So if you have anything worth than that, you have to say the way you make that money. But in Nigeria, they didn't so. No. Where a person work for 8 years is receiving the pension that professor could not even receive a salary. Is those people not criminal? That's the people will not say come and vote Tinubu, who make a law that receive money in pension a law is worth than a professor money. So I don't really know. If they say Nigeria we tired, the Nigeria youth are tired, no problem. We will tired because they make us tired. So by supporting Obi, we will not tire. But for the yes, supporting Obi, we will be increasing. But for the country, for the condition of the country, we will get tired and get more tired. So that is because we are tired and continue tired. That is why we are going to vote them out so that we will not be tired again. So when people said, they will tire, yes, we will tire because they are making us tired. So Peter Obi is giving us hope. They are making us tired. Peter Obi is giving us hope. So because they are making us tired, we will vote them out for those who give us hope, so that hope can work for us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I will leave and let me say the last. If they said we are in social media, yes, so we are in social media. Thank God themselves, they are not in the ground. They are still on social media. So we are all in social media together. Because those things they are saying, it's social media they are telling it to. Are they telling it to their children in their room? No, they are telling it to social media. So all of us are in social media. Then if you still said structure in the ground, the same people in social media, are they inside social media? Are they not in the ground? They are all in the ground. You find them in different states. You find them in different local government. You find them in different streets. So we are all in social media. We are all in the ground. So we are all in the structure in social media. We are still all in structure in the ground. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Your voice sounds so familiar. I know your name, but I can't seem to remember. Please, what's your name, sir?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, let them say it's my name because
no,
like
no. You've been coming here with a different name. I know you. I can remember your voice. I can recognize your voice.
The one you know, you doesn't call that one. So this one you let them see. That is why you call let them see today. So if that one you will not call that one. The next thing
I
you say
can't remember. I can't remember. Can you just remind me, please?
Okay. This is Okundaye talking.
I know. Mr. Okundaye, you don't give me for laugh today. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way. Everybody in the comment section, Mr. Okundaye, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. You made so much sense. You made so much sense. And in the process, you also made me laugh so much. Thank you very much for that amazing contribution right there. Thank you. I'm going to go straight to the next person. But before I do that, guys, please help me to like and share this broadcast. Like and share, like and share. If you're yet to subscribe, I know we have a lot of people here, that come here, watch us every time, but they've not subscribed. If you know you've not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime we come on live like this. Thank you very much, guys. Mr. Okundaye, thank you so much for that amazing contribution. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Akim. Mr. Akim, are you ready for me, please?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me, Kachi?
I can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead and make your contribution.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to say good evening to all the panelists and a good evening to those on the comment section as well. I don't know where I'm going to start with the Rufai because I've just seen a video on Twitter. I don't know if it's a recent one or if it's an old video. I think if it's a recent incident that happened, I think he's clearly on the wrong because there's no way you cannot. No, you could not identify that was a bus lane. But I will say that I think it's just a traffic offense, and traffic offense is not like it's like I won't call it a criminal offense. I'll just say it's a breach of the of traffic rules. So I don't think it should go as bad as they are making it look. I think Rufai himself, he didn't need to come up to social media and try to make it look like a big deal or something. And if the police, I think
Sorry, Mr. Akim, but is it called a traffic offense? Please educate me. I'm not sure. Is it called a traffic offense?
It's definitely it's definitely a traffic offense. Whenever there's whenever there's a motor vehicle incident on the road, as long as it's not like an accident, maybe you breach any road traffic law, it is a traffic offense. So that one, it's simple. It's a traffic offense. It's just a breach of traffic offense, which we do here. I had one about 2 years ago, and all that happened was I didn't even come out of my car. I had 3 points taken off my license, and all the police officer asked for was my driver's license because I went over the speed limit, and I was pulled over. And then I gave them my driver's license, and they took 3 points out of it, and I paid €80 fine. That was it, done. We didn't have any issue or anything. Nobody came into my car. Nobody opened my door. I didn't have to go and ask them if they know who I am. So there was nothing like that. It's just a traffic offense. So I think the whole thing have just been blown out of proportion. Like things always happen in our country. Something that is not up to anything. They just take it as if some people are now saying because he's fighting government, he should be careful. Come on, guys, man. It doesn't come to that. It's just a road traffic problem. So let's stop all this issue as if Rufai is some messiah that is fighting for the people and the government is after him. And the question he was asking, why was it that there were other vehicles that were passing by? Why did no stop others? The police can only stop one person at a time. If they pull you over, then they're not going to leave you and start chasing other people. They have to deal with you right there. So if other people pass through, then that is their own business. So I would say that you asked a question earlier on about did you say if Peter Obi can change the fortune of the country if he become president?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So the question, my answer to that is, I would say yes, he can, and I will also say yes, every other candidate can. But the problem is that the way Nigeria is kind of structured, I've always said it. If you like, you go and bring Jesus Christ as your president and Muhammad as your vice president. We're not going anywhere. So the country has been structured to fail. It has not. I wish the energy that people are putting behind one man, I wish they can come together and put that energy to fight against the rigged structure. We would have been better off that way, because at the end of the day, what you will find out that if the man wins, then he will fail, and then everybody will lose hope. And it's not his fault. It's not, for me, all of these people that are, except for Buhari, because Buhari, I think, is just, there are things that he's doing that he kind of, he just intentionally just behave that way. So he doesn't have what you call proper leadership quality. I think Buhari lacks what you call leadership skills. He doesn't understand what leadership is all about. I think apart from him, people like Jonathan, people like Obasanjo, and some other presidents that have run the country, I don't think these guys are just bad people or they just want to do wrong by the country. I just think they've been dealt the wrong hand. The system has not been put in place to favor anybody. So if you have a situation whereby, oh, sorry, 1 second.
All right. Since you're taking that second, I just want to quickly answer. Yes, I just want to quickly answer, Mr. You continue, please, Mr. Akim. Let me just quickly answer the question on the comment section. Mr. Daniel Alex is asking if he can join the broadcast. Yes, you can. Like I always say, the link is just right there in the comment section. Just click on the link and I'll have you right here with me on screen. Mr. Daniel Alex, this is for you. Since you said you have a lot of things on your mind to discuss with us, just click on the link and I have it right here on my screen. And no, I never chopped dinner. Thank you very much. Mr. Akim, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, my sister. So as I was saying earlier, I kind of agree with our brother that was calling for referendum earlier. But, referendum, for me, I don't think that will work, because it means that every part of the country will have to hold separate referendum. I think the best way to go about it is for the people to request for their country to be given back to them, and that will be done via the National Assembly. And I think for me, I think that is the quickest and the easiest way to turn things around.
Mr. Akim, my brother, how do we request for the country to be given back to us if we don't have the right person in position, in power?
They having one man, there's no one man. This is where I differ from a lot of people. One man, there's no one man that can do it. It has to be a collective effort from everybody to go. Because look at it right now.
But that's what Nigerians are trying to do now, to change these people first. Stop PDP and APC, then.
No, my brother, you see, for me, this is where I disagree. I don't think the PDP or the APC as a party are the problem. I think the people in those parties are the problem. The name is the PDP and APC is just a name. It's just the people
but
the
people are the ones who form the party, right? You cannot just say APC or PDP without having anybody there. The people in there are the ones who form the APC and the PDP. So when we refer to APC and PDP, we're actually talking about the people in there.
Okay. I'm going to respond to you now, madam, my sister. So, this is the reason why I say the name itself is not the problem, because don't forget, the same Peter Obi was from PDP, right? So if PDP is that bad, so it means that Peter Obi as well will be a bad person. But it doesn't work like that. Within these parties, you still have people who have good conscience from within. So you might have majority of people who are in this party who have the wrong intention for the country, but within there you can still find people who have good intention for the country. So if you want to argue against that, then it means that Peter Obi being in PDP never had a good intention for Nigeria. It means that
if you also remember, when Peter Obi actually declared his intention to become Nigerian president under PDP umbrella, right? But non-Nigeria clamored for him because nobody showed interest until he left that place. Okay, now almost all Nigerians are saying this is who we want. Okay, let me ask you a question. Are you going to tell me if it was the likes of Tinubu that left APC to Labour, Nigerians who clamored for him? Or the likes of Atiku that left PDP to Labour or even to any other party, because I believe if I believe if Peter Obi went to any other party, Nigerians would have still clamored the way we are doing right now. So if it was Tinubu or Atiku that left the party, did you think Nigerians would clamor for him? No.
Yeah, no, my brother. I think this is where you kind of misunderstand the whole issues. Just imagine if Peter Obi had got the ticket under PDP, would he not be supported the same way? Of course, he will still have the same support because
no.
I sincerely doubt if he will have
me myself, I will never support him
right now.
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe many Nigerians wouldn't have supported him.
Okay, this is where me personally I differ, because for me, I said it before. I think if you can speak to somebody like Israel, me and him will have conversation. I've always said, I say if PDP can give their ticket to Obi and APC give their ticket to Oshibajo, I said the country will be better off going into that election. That was my own intention, because I never believed that this party all have evil or bad people. There are some good people within the party. So that's, for me, I don't believe in it like that. I understand that people feel that way, but I don't feel that way. I still believe that within this party you can still find good people inside. So my own personal preferences then was that if we go into this election with Oshibajo on one side and Obi on the other side, people will have good options to pick from. That was what I was hoping would happen then, but that didn't happen. So for me, regardless of how we see it, but what you need to ask yourself is this: why is it that you have candidates running for the National Assembly and nobody even take any interest as to what kind of candidates are going into the National Assembly in the next election? So we as a people are clamoring for a Messiah. There's no Messiah, no one Messiah that is going to fix Nigeria. It will never happen. My brother, I guarantee you, I pray to God. I wish I can pray and my prayer will be answered, that will be wings. And then every one of us that are here today, we will see the results. I'm not even, look, if you tell me that Jonathan is that bad, then Obasanjo is that bad, that every single one of these people are that bad, then it means that everybody in Nigeria, we're all bad, because I don't believe it. I just feel that there are still good people in that country to rule that country, but the problem in the country is wrongly and badly structured. Until
Akim, before I let you go, I want to let you know that even though PDP or APC have any good person in their party, that good person can never and ever produce anything good, as long as you are under these same devilish parties. So the reason why I don't think all Nigerians that is presently clamoring for Peter Obi can be wrong at the same time, So we needed something different. We needed a different party.
My brother, I understand your position. I'm going to quickly say this to you now. If we understand how government work, okay, Obi is going to be president. No Labour Party senators, no Labour Party House of Representative member. The federal government, the executive branch of government, does not have the power to spend money, to spend a kobo, a dime. It can't do it. It has to go to the National Assembly. So it sent a bill to the National Assembly, and then they passed the whole bill. So what? So where are we going? Where are we going?
Yeah, let's
where
get
are we
there.
Going?
You are going to be surprised, Mr. Hakim, in the next couple of weeks. You're going to see how people are going to start defecting from these same parties to support Peter Obi. They're already doing that.
So we're not going to have the same bad people from PDP come to Labour Party. Is that where we're not going?
They're in a different umbrella.
Bad people, the good ones.
Let me answer you, Hakim. No, Kashi, please hold on. Even though the bad ones want to defect from PDP or APC to Labour, when they get to Labour, they will be sanitized. They'll become a better person. Do you know why? Armed robber have traveled all the way from Nigeria to United Kingdom, America, and they become a better person. Killers, rapists, call many other satanic names that have traveled abroad. UK government, for example, will not take time. They will not call you to train you how their country works. When you get there, you will automatically change by yourself to follow the rules, or you go to jail. So any evil person that want to come to Labour Party, that's not a problem. You come. Let Peter Obi win first. the rest will speak for themselves. We have Israel here. I'll come back to you, Mr. Hakim. Israel,
all right.
my brother, go ahead, talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to say something. I think Akim is a bit right on what he's saying. We said it here. Before a country can be ruled by the executive arm of government, they need the parliament, that is the true house. They are the people who actually give the go-ahead for anything to spend, like what he said.
And I've answered that. I said when it gets to that time, we'll see a lot of defections.
Yes, my thing is, what my brother needs to also know that we as Nigerians, we need to start working on those two houses to actually tell Nigerians when voting, also target that place, because that is the power, that is the CPU, the central processing unit of any government. So we need to put the right people in there. Not these people who are vying for them, because they know what they want to do. I understand him clearly, but Nigerians must know that there is still a lot of work to do.
Yes, of course. Of course, everybody knows there's a lot of work to do. Hakim is right on that aspect. But that is why I reference to United Kingdom, where you and I belong, Israel. While Hakim belongs belongs to Republic of Ireland, right? So we follow almost the same rules. So are you going to tell me right now, if you have an armed robber who have been killing people in Lagos that now reside in Manchester or Cambridge, they will continue like that and be killing?
No, they won't.
Okay.
So another thing I want to tell Mr. Hakim is, like, Nigerians now, they need hope. Like I always said here, a hope of a young Navy lieutenant bravely patrolling the Mekong Delta. The hope of a skinny child with a funny name who believes that that country has a place for him too. We all need to do our best to make sure that this guy win, and every of us that are also vying for that position should have that mindset that if we are going there, we need to deliver for the people, not for the benefit of the few.
Thank you.
Look, can I say something, sir?
Hold on. Who is speaking?
Tiobala.
Can
Tiobala, please hold on.
Can Mr. King quickly finish up, please?
Okay.
Have three people here who are yet to say anything. I remember.
No. Sorry about that. We wanted to iron that particular aspect out. That's the reason for this discussion. You know, I thought it is better I come in to respond to my brother Hakim. So Hakim, please, can you round up in 1 minute so that other person can speak? Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So what I'm trying to say in essence is this. For me personally, my own preferences would have been a formal restructuring before any waste of talent in that country anymore. So at the end of the day, I do not want to be seen to be one of those people who are against the tide, but I'm not a hater of Peter Obi. I just feel like we are going to be fighting against the tide when the time comes, and that is what I hope. I just hope people would have seen things the way they are supposed to be, the way they should be. But I don't think we are seeing it that way. Anyway, it's all right.
Thank you, my brother. A change must start from somewhere, and that's what we're trying to do now. Let's get one right, and the others will follow. Okay? Thank you very much. Over to you, Kashi, and choose who you think is due to.
Kashi, just a minute, please.
Okay, Mr. Tiobala, 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you so much, Akin. I really respect your position. Regarding this issue of restructuring, is very vital, very, very vital, because the coexistence, we need to put things in order. But one thing I just want to quickly put in is that Labour Party, actually, they are feeding people at the Senate level, House of Assembly, at the House of Rep and all that. Definitely, they will get some member in the House. PDP will get some member in the House. ABGA and many other people, they also get some member in the House. So definitely, things will balance at the end of the day. That's just the aspect I just want to put inside.
All right. Thank you very much for that contribution, Mr. Tiobala. I'm going to go straight to J.O. J.O., good evening to you. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, good evening, everybody. And thank you to the entire panelists and everybody in the comment section. This is my first time being here.
Yay! Thank you so much for being here. I hope you've subscribed anyways.
Oh yes, I have. I actually bump into it once in a while, and then I just listen for a minute and just oh, I don't know what's actually happening, but good thing I know this is a Peter Obi channel, in
Yes.
sense, and a platform that actually support a positive change and a revolution in Nigeria. So I personally, I I love the change and I love the movement right now in Nigeria. And in my own little way, I know I will not be able to vote, but the little way I will be able to support Peter Obi in this movement, I've been trying my best. Personally, I made sure that before you call me from Nigeria, you have to call me and show me your PVC when the PVC whole thing was going on. Because I told my siblings, hey, I don't want to be outside the country if my country is working. So the only thing you can do for me is to help make a change in your own way. So go out and get your PVC. So whether my siblings, whether my friends, if you need any favor from me, thank God I'm in the position to help. But before I help you, show me your PVC. That everybody knew me for that. So I that was just my own. And why do I think Peter Obi? I have never been so into politics the way I am right now. Because I feel Nigeria, we are just at a point where we are somehow like a laughing stock, and we have the most intelligent people, we have the most blessed nation. We, in fact, everybody want to associate with a Nigerian simply because our culture, our intelligence, our everything about Nigerians, it's up there. But then I don't know what's up with the government. It's that bad, it's embarrassing. I was telling someone that I schooled in Nigeria. I spent 7 years to school and also to get my professional degree and all of that. And now I had to move out of Nigeria simply because uh, it's not working. And here I am starting all over again. You think I like it? No, I don't.
Exactly.
So I want a city. I want a country that works. I want when if I look back right now, I look at some of my colleagues that I left back home. I'm like, ah, thank God I left. Though. Do you think I should be happy? No, I'm not. So if Nigeria can work through Peter Obi, I will give him a try, a chance. Talking about, oh, I've been always hearing, oh, the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. I was just watching a video of, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's permitted to mention any other person's name, but
Yeah,
then I was
sure.
watching a
Go
video
ahead.
of Tinubu just now. I think it was going for a party, or I don't know what he was going for, but someone was literally supporting him, like, so he doesn't, maybe he's wobbling or something, maybe he doesn't fall. I'm like, are you kidding me? What is this man doing in the public space? You're supposed to be indoors, you're supposed to be resting, playing with your grandkids. That's my prayer one day. If let everybody get that old and be playing with your great grandkids, or you're playing with your grandkids. I don't want to be in the public service at that age. So we need somebody that will be able to come out and talk. Like when they are going to UN and all of that, you're watching their speeches and all of that. You watch when you hear the people that come there, they are all well dressed. They are talking. They articulate. When you watch them, this is the best from this country. Then we take our president there. Our president is is I don't know if I should say this was shaken, you know, but like no. Then talking of Atiku, you've been there before. That's fine. You've done your own. You've done your own. You were if I would say the first democratically elected president. You were under his canopy or under his umbrella, but you've done your own. There was an impact in some way. That's fine. You're good to go. It now feels like these other two, they are desperate for power. That's what it feels like. Like the desperation is what is disgusting. Like, oh guy, just hold on. It is not your father's parlor. It is not your mother's bedroom. It's not a place where you have to be. It's like I need to. My bucket list is that I have to be a Nigerian president before I die. So I have to go fulfill that. No, it is. You don't play with our lives like that. Article was the other day. Oh, and the Northerners, 90% of the Northerners are not educated, and you're proud to say that on TV. I schooled in Yola. I attended the Nigerian law school in Yola. My brother, if you see the see the people in Yola, like the uneducated ones, you should be ashamed to actually say you are from Adamawa State. He built a university in Adamawa. Look at the university a poor man cannot attend. A poor man cannot attend the is it American University or something. I think that's the name of the university. No one can attend the school. Like you go to Adamawa State, when you say hello, and they're asking you what is the meaning of hello. No one understands what you're saying. And he built a university in that school, in that state. So I'm asking, like, okay, if your own local state or your own constituents cannot feel your impact, why do you think we need you? Education is the bedrock of every society. But then I think the state where Atiku is from has not even felt it. Maybe he's the most educated in the state. That's why he's coming out, or maybe that's why they're clamoring for him. But hey, let us talk, because that thing hurts me when I think about the fact that AUN in Adamawa State is only for the rich. Like people come, when we're flying from Abuja, you'll see AUN students are in the plane. Many of them are ministers' children. They are like big names. Those are the ones that are coming to AUN. And when you see the school, you see everything. The road even leading to the school is not even motorable. The only good road in Adamawa State is the one inside the school. So what are you coming to give to us? Like, what are you it's all the AUA, whatever school fees they pay in AUA goes only to your pockets. And that's the best place in Jimet, what they call the states, in Adamawa State. That's the best place there. The place you own. So let us give another person that has proven to be a people's person, a person that have other people's interests at heart. Let us give that person a try. I'm not from the eastern side of Nigeria, but I don't care where this person is coming from. I voted Yaraba when I felt Yaraba was the person to do the job. I voted Goodluck Jonathan. He is not my brother. I have voted what they call it Obasanjo. He's not my brother. So it is not the time to be playing oh, he's for my side, partisan politics. Oh, he's my brother. No, it has gone past that stage. And I thank God every day for the the protest we had the last 2020 the NSAS protest. It actually brought this sense of awakening to the youths. Like everybody is now alert, and I still say and my condolence to those people who lost their loved ones. I say they did not die in vain. It is for their cause. That's why we are all fighting. This Peter Obi movement must stand. It must stay. And I just want to encourage as many people that can hear me that keep doing it. They say we don't have structure. That's fine. They say we cannot he cannot hold water. That's fine. Let's see how far it goes. Do not prove them right. Let all of us in your own individual space do what you can. I, for one, when the PVC was ongoing, you must be registered before we can even talk. If you are in Nigeria, like you have to get your PVC. Oh, my brothers, I'm from Edo State. Like, oh, guy, what's happening in Benin? I want to know. Like, I sleep on Peter Obi News. I play it and like, okay, we play. Like, I'm actually at work right now. I'm at work and I'm playing Peter Obi. I'm like, are you mad? Like, what's happening this period? Don't go and have high blood pressure for Nigeria. I like, we will take medication. But that is to tell you how I am right now. Like, it's every day I go on my knees. When I watched him the other day at Dunamis, I'm like, God, please, if not for anything, for the sake of these dying Nigerians, for the sake of our grandmothers that cannot even feed, for the sake of so many people that cannot go to school right now, please let this man just win. It's working in other societies. It's working abroad. It's working in the US. It's working in London. Why can it not work in Nigeria? God, please give us a chance. That's my prayer. And I pray that by the special grace of God, that this movement will not die and that our dream for our country will actually come to reality. That's my prayer. And I thank you all for this platform, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Jo. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to have you here. Please endeavor to join us every day like this, Monday to Thursday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time for our discussion. Then every Friday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time for our debate. Then Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time, we usually have our newspaper review. Please endeavor to join us. And do not forget to subscribe if you're yet to do so. Hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air like this. Thank you so much, Jo. I appreciate you for being here today, and God bless you too. Thank you. So I'm going to go straight to the next person we have here, which is Mr. Chooks. Mr. Chooks, good evening to you. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, viewers. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to speak. You know, we are glad that the campaign season is fast approaching. I want everybody to think positive of this action, because we've been crying all time, how we can secure ourselves or get ourselves out of this mess, and when we talk about Obi winning the election and the Senate or the House of Assembly, supporting him. Yeah, it's a I always say this, it's not just about we need to start educating Nigerians about the powers we have. I understand what Mr. Akin was saying, actually, you see the way we are taking this on, we should actually think about the legislative as well, because I've said it here before that in as much as we are, clamoring and supporting and doing everything to change our country, we're still gonna try to hold our legislators accountable, because they can't just go there. We are saying this as if a government is a thing of jealousy and asking unnecessary questions. It's a when we actually understand the power the people have, we should have no fear about this, because if any senator is planning to mess up the government, the people who elected him can as well call that senator back. I know it's difficult to do, but because of the society we come from, like I live in the UK, we see how it works. Actually, I have a story which my MP here, she offended me. When I needed her help, she asked me to come with my passport, which in this country nobody does that. So I carried out a campaign against her, saying I don't want her to be my MP anymore. I'm not saying that I have that authority to say so, but I did my bit by making sure, going to schools, where the parents are coming, sharing them a copy of the letter the MP wrote me to demand that, and everybody was so mad about it. So something as small as that, many of them knows that this is wrong. How much more, for example, now if P2B, put up a budget to sign, and that budget, for instance, now this ASU of a thing, if you bring up this and say sign it, and they start saying no, we can't do that without any concrete reason, obviously we Nigerians will know. I mean, because it's a thank God for social media. Everybody is more or less educated, not just because we went to school or we've been to school, but because of social media. He tell people, come there and discuss. Even there are so many forums whereby if you want to learn something or you want some cooperation, like if you have something doing and you want some people to contribute to that idea, you set up a platform where people come and contribute to that idea. So we're thinking about Obi, or he's gonna do it by himself. It's a lie. It's a lie. So we better start now, building a kind of support team, that when we see something, we shout about it, we bring it out so that every Nigeria will read about it, we understand it, knowing the plan, whatever he wants to do, and what the Senate or the House of Rep are saying about it. So for me, it's a clear-cut this thing, because if he don't have the support of the people, I'm telling you, he's not gonna be able to do anything. He's not gonna be able to do anything because they want to frustrate him, and we know how it works here. People are saying, "Oh, if he come out with a PDP, we're still gonna support him." No, that is not the truth. When you hear them, when you hear PDP or APC say, "Oh, they haven't got how do they call it? Is it platform or whatever?" What they are actually saying is, I mean, you see what is happening in PDP with Wike. One person in that party can decide that nothing is gonna work, and I mean, we've been here for since 1999 till date. Like Hakim rightly said, he don't think Obasanjo is bad. He don't think Jonathan is bad. So it's the same thing that is happening that is bringing these people down. So until the people, when I say the people, because even all of them, they knew they never won that election. So whenever they are doing something, they are afraid of those people who is gonna expose whatever they have done. So if he come with a clean heart, like what I mean by that is, if all Nigerians come out and say this is who we want, they will have no option except if he has a skeleton in his cupboard. Because from my own opinion, it might be wrong, but I think most of these people who are failing, it's not because they don't have the will or they don't love the country, but because they might have done something in the past whereby they keep reminding them whenever you want to do something, they point hand there, so you can back out, So, but I believe if Nigerians can come out and make him win, not once he win, we go back. Now that will be counterproductive. But if he wins, we continue the education of the people, because this is massive. This is completely massive. And I beg that Niger watch. You don't go back once you win. We want you to continue to make the people who are contributing, who knows how to run a government, who knows information, to continue to come here to educate Nigerians. I think that is one of the things that we help him and help us in taking back our country. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chooks, for that and wonderful contributions. We're not backing down. By the special grace of God, we will keep on doing what we know how to do best. Thank you so much, because the country belongs to all of us. It not belong to one person. Thank you very much, Mr. Chooks. Again, I'm going to, plead with you guys, if you're yet to like this broadcast, please like and share this broadcast so our message can keep spreading like wildfire. People can come and see what we do here. So guys, help us to like. Now make JO come today. So please guys, help us to keep liking this broadcast so YouTube can keep suggesting our videos to more people. The message will keep spreading. Guys, help us to like if you're yet to do so. Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're yet to do so. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to go straight to Mr. CM.
Kashi, before CM, I would like to contribute something, if you don't mind.
Okay. Please go ahead.
All right, then, good. The last contributor who actually just finished speaking, who was that? Please, can you mention the name? I'm not sure.
Mr. Chooks, a big voice, was the last person.
Mr. Chooks. Okay, Mr. Chooks, thanks very much for your wonderful delivery. I would like to let you know that this platform, we are using it to support Peter Obi 100%. Not because Peter Obi paid us to do this, but because we want a change, because we are tired of the suffering we all are passing through right now as Nigerians. But I'm also going to let everyone know that by God's grace, by God's grace, if Peter Obi emerge as the president of Nigeria, immediately we are going to turn this channel around. What do I mean by that? It means that we're going to start checkmating him. All right? I understand.
Thank you for that.
I said it before that some people like us today, Nigeria Watch, you are good, you are this, that's fine. But we are very, very transparent when it comes to this channel. We are very focused. We have a vision, destination, and a mission. So, and that is what we are currently portraying right here on this channel. So if Peter Obi wins, I will be the happiest person on earth, or I'll be amongst or one of the happiest people in this world. But that will not stop me and my team from checkmating him. So in case, because we've said this over and over again, in names only know us as a truthful channel, because obviously we are going to checkmate him back to back, what they call bomber to bomber. I just wanted to make that clear. I hope that makes sense to you, Mr. Schultz. Thank you.
Hold on, please. Mr. Niger Watch, are you done, please?
I'm done, yes.
Okay, we have a caller here. Good evening to you, sir. Please go ahead and make your contributions in 1 minute, please.
Yeah. Good evening, Kachi. Good evening, everyone in the platform. Good evening, Niger Watch. I just want to make a little contribution. First of all, regarding Rufai, the Arise News journalist that was arrested because of the traffic issue. What I want to say about that is, in Nigeria, we always focus on and we leave the relevant one that will help us in future. Because what Rufai is something that can happen to anybody. It's normal. Even here I am in Italy, it happens. There was a day Google Map misled me. I was even driving on one way on highway. I was caught, but there's penalty for it. I paid the tax for it. What Rufai did is just a little thing. They should tell him what he will pay for offending the rules of the traffic. I don't know why everywhere on social media right now they are just posting this as if it's even important. What Buhari is doing, why can't they use that energy to post it? Why are Nigerian people doing it?
Okay, I think we lost Mr. Jonathan right there, but thank you so much.
Right now. Why can't they use that energy for our government? Thank you, Kachi. Thank you, everyone. I just want to lay this mind.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you for that contribution right there.
Kashi, sorry, I have to come in again to respond 30 seconds to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, I would like to let you know that because most Nigerians are confused, they can be carried away by nothing. They can be carried away by things that doesn't make sense to anybody. That is the biggest problem we have, and that is why we find ourselves here where we are today. All right. So yes, Rufai have done wrong. Everybody acknowledged that. We saw that. We've talked about that. But for us Nigerians to continue to emphasize on that and be distracted by that, like the same way they are being distracted right now by Big Brother, we should focus on the things that is affecting us right now and try to sort it out. That's my concern. Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much for bringing that up. Go ahead, Mr. Kashi, over to you. Mrs. Kashi.
Mrs. You call me Mr. You call me Mrs. What I do you this evening, I beg.
Okay, Miss Kashi. Sorry, not this.
Okay, Mr. CM, you're up next, please.
Okay, thank you, Kachi. Thank you, Niger Watch. Am I coming out loud and clear? I'm not sure.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
Good evening to you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. What I saw on the menu is 3 items. Rufai Senior arrested for traffic offense. Tinubu and Atiku, tell us the source of your something like your wealth. P2B is a big concern for APC and PDP, said by Doyin Okupe. That of just starting from Rufai's issue. It's a traffic offense. It's common everywhere. Just because Nigeria, we are yet to come to terms with living a civil life. People fail traffic. I mean, you can be in a hurry. You enter bus lane, which I have done, but without knowing it anywhere. All it happens is that when I get home, the next 1 week, I saw a mail through my door. They showed the picture of my car and they passed through the traffic lane. I didn't even notice it. So all they did was to tell me this is a fixed penalty. You pay to go to website, use your bank card or debit card. If you pay within, maybe they normally give you 1 month. You pay maybe some a few amount of money. But if you fail to, they will prosecute you. And if they do, you will pay the cost of the prosecution and then double the pay. You know, there's a way they put it. So you are better off paying it. And you can't debate because it was generated by the computer. So they will show you the picture of your car from the plate number. You see it is there. And if you record, they will tell you record exactly the time because it's CCTV. And if you look at the time and the date, you will recall at that point, yes, you passed through that road. So it's a simple. I don't see why people should be. People, even in Lagos, in Nigeria, people disobey traffic rules. And I mean, for the few ones where it exists, people disobey it, either doing a U-turn on the major road, or maybe you see all these damn block a road, you take the other lane, they catch you. So is it because Julfa is a journalist? I mean, this is just like making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't see it's nothing to even, in fact, it's a private affair. It's not supposed to even make a headline. I don't see it's not supposed to. So to me, I won't detain anybody talking about it. It's a simple thing. We are human. In fact, there's no way you can live in your life in the Western world if you are telling them you've been driving for 35 years, not even no traffic offense, you say you haven't gotten, they will be wondering, are you not human? Are you sure? Or maybe we aren't caught. You must have broken one or two or something. Either you passed dying minute of a red light, although the camera is not there to catch you. So that's traffic offense, but you weren't caught. So we are human. It shows that Rufai is human. That's the way I will interpret it. Now, on the issue of the big issues, which is P2B is a big concern for PDP and APC. Of course, it should be. The issue, the narrative around P2B, from my point of view, is anchored on two, let me say, areas. Number one, the power of personal example, the elemental attributes of P2B. That idea of telling you he's not corrupt, the way people will say, he did not steal money while he was in government. I mean, at least the people of Anambra EFCC will attest to that. Secondly, he's so humble, humility. You can't see him use gutter language on anybody. No, even when you cast aspersion on him, he will just leave it and go. So it's a surprise to Nigerians. What sort of human being is that? So to those that will understand, that's why they are following him. Then the next thing is that because he entered the race, he's not giving money. Do you know that? Do you know that all these Nollywood actors that you hail with the 5 million from Tinubu, they are singing his praises everywhere. Now, for those of us that are not Tinubu, we can't command millions. Maybe if you call them and negotiate 1.2 million, they can sing your praise. And these are Nollywood. So to tell you, P2B is not willing to do that. He's not willing. In fact, he's not even telling people, come and vote for me. He said, don't vote for me because I'm P2B or I'm Igbo or I'm this. Vote for me because you feel I'm competent to solve the problem that you are facing as unemployed graduate, a young man who is part of the over 50 million people unemployed in Nigeria, or part of those that are out of school people. That, in fact, when they say out, before they used to say out of school children. Now it's no longer out of school children because somebody in the university is no longer a child. They're not part of the school. Say out of school people, because since February, universities has been closed down. So those people, they are out of school. Even if it's only for 6 or 7 months, they are out of school. So they are part of the statistics. So that's why P2B should be a concern, because what he's leading is a movement. He's a movement. He's not paying money. That is in fact, that is something new in Nigerian politics. Imagine a presidential candidate not giving money to anybody. Even to place advert, people are doing it with their own money. People are printing their own T-shirt, paying their own transport, even taking it upon themselves to go from one market to the other to tell people this is the logo of a Labour Party you have to vote for. So that is a shocker to them. Despite the fact that, okay, imagine Tinubu giving somebody like Zach Yoji 5 million naira to go and sing his praise. Why Zach is singing the praise? People that they may not have met P2B are the people criticizing Zach and campaigning for P2B, yet without giving them kobo. What does that tell you? You collected 5 million to come and tell us about Tinubu. Why we are telling you about P2B, even without pure water, taking pure water from P2B? What does that tell you? So it's a shock. I wonder how they sleep, but who knows? I don't think they will ever sleep. Which brings me to what somebody here mentioned about Labour Party. Even if P2B wins, how it's gonna govern? They haven't got legislators. Because National Assembly will decide everything. Of course, he needs people in the National Assembly. But one thing I would like us to know is this: between now, those that are in the National Assembly now, mainly maybe APGA or PDP or APC. Yes, Labour Party, although it's been around for quite a while, but because of P2B, it's now looking as if it's a party that was started yesterday. So it's like it's being given a new breath of life. So to that extent, people are now looking, can I go into Labour Party because of this P2B? And he's a nice man, particularly those that they are going to cheat in PDP. Because if P2B had waited in PDP, he won't come out and people won't reckon with him. So he quickly left because he doesn't want to contaminate himself with, buying delegates. Even people blamed him, say, why did you even take paid 40 million for the nomination form? You shouldn't have done that. You should have left them. But he wanted to see if maybe after paying 40 million, things will be okay. But he left. So many people are looking at Obi's movement saying, do I join Labour Party? Because this is a party that, one, they're not going to, it's not where you go and then you campaign with money. It's only if you are clean and you are not going to buy delegates, you are not going to buy party members to vote for you. All you need to do is to put your name forward and tell them why. Because they are going to judge you with the same parameter they used to judge P2B. So to that extent, there is hope. That's why I'm saying there is hope. A lot will still happen. And then trust Nigerians. Like I know people will like to cross over. Even thieves will cross over. We know. Some people may say, okay, some thieves displaced in PDP or APC may like to cross over to Labour Party in the hope that when they come there, they may be from their ward or their constituency, they may be returned unopposed or they will muzzle their way through. Like Niger Watch answered, the fact that the man at the top is not corrupt, P2B is saying it, there is every tendency that you will change. That's why when you bring an armed robber, even if it's Anini in those days, Lawrence Anini, you bring him to UK, say, Anini, this is your flat, you have to be working, this is the factory you should be working, this is your pay, then this is a supermarket, you buy your things, and Anini will change. Because by the time he steals money from a co-worker, the CCTV will see him, the next thing, where is he going to run to? So if he escapes it, he will change. It's the environment that corrupts people. And when you realize that your manager, everybody around you, they are not stealing. So you can't steal. So people being in Labour Party, whoever is in PDP will like to cross over. When they cross over coming to Labour Party, they will find out that those dirty character, either they drop it or they chicken out because it's not going to work. So that's why people be coming to Labour is a breath of fresh air. So if you are genuine and you really want to do something with yourself, you want to help the people. If you get into Labour Party, there's a chance for you because you are going to campaign based on your own merit, on your own attributes. It's not a question of because they are using money, you know somebody. Is my time up? No, please. Please. So let me quickly put this. So I think I use this opportunity. I've seen Omorui is here. Omorui, let me appeal to you. Please find your way back. Try and see if you can get your connection and join and get to the campaign headquarters of P2B. Yeah, it's something you have to do for them. I remember you one day saying that if you had known that this type of thing will happen, you should have insisted on maybe crossing over to Labour Party and contesting for House of Reps. Because somebody like you, your idea is very noble. You are not going there for the money. So somebody like you is needed in the Labour Party. I will urge you to find your way, find how you are going to get to the top of the campaign structure and help them. Who knows in future that maybe by election, you can still realize your ambition as long as you have your idea is noble. Now, let me quickly rush to the other one. Tinubu and the Atiku to disclose their source of wealth. Atiku said he was doing Omolanke business. So what are we talking about now? So is that the source of wealth? Tinubu is a drug addict convicted in US. We know it. He forfeited a lot of things in US to escape. The name has changed several times. You don't know whether it's. I don't really need to be taught. It's a waste of time discussing about them. These are dirty people. You don't need dirty in the sense that because of the shady deals. How can you be after being governor of Lagos State? You are still milking the state up to today and you want to be president so that you can extend the Alpha Beta to Anambra, Imo State, and all over Nigeria. If Alpha Beta is a better company, why can't Alpha Beta be collecting Lagos revenue, Ogun State revenue, Osun State, Oyo State, Ekiti State, and maybe Ondo State? Why? It's only Lagos is interested in. So Tinubu is just people like this shouldn't even be talking about. One, he's not healthy. He can't stand very well. He's bent. And then I'm not because of old age. He can't cope with the pressures of the office. So I don't see why people should even be talking about him. But because he has a lot of money to throw around, you can imagine Nollywood actors coming to collect 5 million. Who knows? Maybe in future it will drop down to 3.5 million. So all these things they are doing is a waste of time. Atiku on his own, I have the sense of foreboding that Atiku will be worse than Buhari when he enters with respect to what he's going to do. Such men are dangerous. Since 1992, he's been trying. Up to today, he's still telling all sorts of lies to make sure he gets into office. Even even denying that there has been zoning in PDP and then all the things he has been saying. So I do not even reckon with them. To me, they do not exist in my world. It's only a case of, God has made them. God has made them. So let's take them let's take them for men. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. CM, for that wonderful contribution.
Kachi, is it okay for me to quickly ask CM ask him a question if it's okay?
You're going to ask him, but we have a caller here that has been holding on for a while now, Mr. CM. So I'll come to you shortly. Please go ahead, sir. Good evening to you. Thank you for calling Nigeria Watch.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm calling from Dublin. I've been listening to the conversation, and I think you guys are doing a very nice job.
Mr. Chris.
The goal of national development. Hello?
Mr. Chris, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. I just want to talk, I just want to see the angle of leadership and how parliament or the House of Assembly, the level of influence they have on leadership. Well, for me, I think what we need now as a nation is just that leader that will be heading towards the positive direction. And once we get that right, trust me, Nigerians are the most easiest people to rule on earth. You see, if we get the leadership right, I'm very sure the people in the House of Assembly, majority of them, they will change their ways. If they don't, they know the actions of the people on the streets is going to have a negative impact on them. And there's no nation that has been built by parliament. It's always about leadership. We all power. This party was not in the majority. This party, they were not in the majority in the but when it started by showing examples for members of his parliament, you know, everybody adjusted, and I believe something will happen in Nigeria. What the people just want, nobody they can believe on. People are tired of it. They are tired of PDP. But Peter Obi is the new face of hope. I'm very sure that if he is able to be elected to that position as the president, yes, definitely is going to have some oppositions left, right, and center. He's not definitely going to have any problem.
All right.
But I'm sure majority of people who are just.
Thank you.
And I'm sure he can achieve a lot.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris from Dublin. Thank you for calling into our show today. Mr. Akim, you were going to ask a question quickly.
Yeah, I was going to quickly ask Mr. CM if he has any proof of people collecting money, because you know, when people make a contribution,
yeah,
he
I was going to ask him that. Yes,
he always asks that people should say things that they have proof of. So he's making accusation. So I just want to ask if he himself has that same proof.
Yes, I was going to ask him that if he has any proof as to if Sarkozy actually collected 5 million naira from Tinubu.
Yes, somebody told me on phone, and this is a person I trust in Nigeria because he's also part of the Nollywood, but he's not in Nollywood. He hasn't risen to the type of, that people they call big actors, but they are like, people play some roles in Nollywood, like maybe Gateman or all those. Yes,
so you're getting this information from somebody that
I get. Yes, it's confidential to me because it. Hello?
All right.
Okay.
Yes, please. Yes.
Sorry, I need to quickly come into this. As you can see, this whole story is already having third party. Somebody you trust told you. And although there's no proof, if you ask me, so there's a noise right there coming up. Please, everyone mute yourself if you're not saying anything. If you ask me, yes, I know Tinubu can do such a thing. He can buy anybody. But because we don't have a proof, we always use the word allegedly. Obviously, anybody who comes out now, or rather, most people who come out right now to fight for any persons that have been causing us pains, probably they have been bought. But it is better. Even Arise the other day said it that Mr. Ruben Abati said that most of the candidates who sold their birthright or their right to Tinubu did that for their stomach infrastructure, allegedly. It did not show any proof. You understand? It was obvious for everybody to give their own time, their position for Tinubu. It was obvious that at least there was some dollar shared. So what Mr. CM is saying, there's every reason that is right. But although we don't have proof. So Mr. CM, next time, it is better you use the word allegedly. Somebody told you.
Okay. In fact, let me put it here because I know what you mean. Since I'm not the person that saw the money being given to him, that's what I'm saying. So that I can say allegedly, because the person who told me, if he push come to shove, if he denies, I can't hold him, full proof. So I will say allegedly.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Mr. CM. We have a caller here. Sir, please, you have just 1 minute because our time is already fast spent. Good evening to you, sir. Please go ahead and make your contribution. 1 minute, please.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much. I'm Jimwero. The last time on this program, there was some allegation that was made by CM about Tinubu Today, he made 2 allegations. I think Nigeria was just cleared one. I should have used allegedly because there's no proof whatsoever that 5 million or even a dime was paid to anybody supporting. And secondly, he made another accusation that Tinubu is a convicted drug addict in the US. I posted a link on the platform. I hope we can share it. And I would like him to make his proof available as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Jamarun. Thank you so much for that. We cannot exactly share links that we've not verified. Whenever you guys send us links, we always have to scrutinize and verify any information before putting it out there to the public space.
Okay. Kashi Naija Wash, Mr. Naija Wash, I think you're not doing a good job. You're not teaching Kashi how to pronounce Benin name yet. She's been doing this job for a while and she's still struggling to pronounce Benin name.
She will get there, sir. She will get there. She's trying.
See the way she scrabble Jimoel. As if she don't even want to call the air herself. Jimoel. So I just something is wrong here. You know?
All right. Kashi, Jimoel just called through your phone is one of our own. Okay. If you can memorize that name, it's one of our own. And you know, like I've always said before, on this platform we have prominent, eminent individuals that are watching us. That's why we are very skeptical in giving false information. So we are not perfect, but we try to do what is right. So Mr. CM is one of our own as well. So he has been corrected today that any information that he needs to give on this platform, if you are not too certain or sure, it is better you use the word allegedly. So nobody can hold you for it. And you can see that we also put it right there, disclaimer notice. A disclaimer notice that nobody can hold Naija Wash for anything anybody say on this platform. Although we try to correct them, but you can't hold us for it. Thank you. Kashi, over to you.
All right, thank you so much. The last person here is Mr. Omorigi. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Omorigi. And Mr. Akim, you be like say you go start to teach me now how to pronounce Benin names. So you guys have to start teaching me. All right, Mr. Omorigi, please go ahead and make your contributions.
Yeah, greetings to you, Kachi, for having me today. My greetings to my fellow panelists and our esteemed viewers across the globe.
Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, my beloved brother Elvis. How are you doing? How are you and your family?
We are good, sir. We are good. Thank you, sir.
It's always a delight to be on this show. Yeah, somebody just called in. Well, we are all entitled to our opinion. But the more we try to defend this Tinubu of a person, the more blunders we see. I think they have a lot of tasks ahead of them, trying to defend the indefensible. That's the other way side. You know, you must defend somebody. If you want an equity, you try as much as possible to come with a clean hand, not a questionable character. Who source of from source of origin, state of origin, date of birth, academic qualification, age, and everything. I want to just advise them that they have a lot of tasks ahead of them. If they are trying this again to impose this one on Nigerians the way they did, as regards Buhari, I think our conscience is our best judge. So Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nobody is more Nigerian than any one of us. I'm not accusing anybody. You are entitled to your opinion. You have a right to support whoever you will support. Opinion they sell is free. The facts are sacrosanct. The facts are there. We cannot impose somebody. We are battling, to do away with Buhari. No matter how they try, they're going to fail, trying to impose this physically and mentally challenged individual on us. Nigerians are not prepared to take it. That's by the wayside. I'm not here to attack anybody today. I'm not an attacker. So nobody should see me as a rebel. I'm not. I'm just stating the obvious. I want to come to the issue at stake. As my brother Akin, I understand your fears, the way we have been, the way things have been. Yeah, the reason why you fear that an individual cannot change the system is because our politics lacks ideology. We have what we call political ideology. That's why you see somebody can be in PDP in the morning, in the afternoon in APC, in the evening is already in Labour. If it's all about ideology, you cannot just change your ideology over time, overnight. You know, in advanced democracies, they talk about ideologies and policies. What do you have to offer when it comes to education? What do you have to offer when it comes to health? What do you have to offer when it comes to child's rights? What do you have to offer when it comes to, you know, issues of national interest? You know, in Nigeria, everything goes. The man that can shout, that shouts the most, the man that can bully the most is our political hero. No, it's not supposed to be. I understand that King's fear that one man cannot change the system. But the same system too cannot change itself. The system needs a courageous leadership. The system needs a leadership with a sense of purpose. The system needs a leadership with good intention, you know, with the will, with the political will to change the system. We need leadership. Leadership, a reliable leadership that can change the system, not those that know the problem. They know what the problem is because it profits certain people. Because some people are, some interests are profiteering from it, they look the other way around. That has been our problem. That's why people come online and start blaming colonial masters. Colonial masters have gone since 1960. In 1963, we had our Republican constitution. We had after the little thing, Otto Richard and whatever constitutional amendments we had. We are still where we are. We're going nowhere because we lack ideology. So this is going to be a different ball game altogether. As I speak to you right now, I can assure you, like you said, Mr. King, there are good people in PDP, there are good people in APC, there are good people everywhere. But then the minority will always have their say. While majority we vote, the majority of the evil of this evil group, we have their way. Look at what happened in the National Assembly recently. In the aftermath of killing, and when Abuja was almost taken over, some people rose up to say, "Oh, enough of this nonsense. The commander-in-chief has to take charge, or else he will be impeached." You know, you could still imagine people trying to play sentiment based on religion and ethnic politics with securities of lives and property. As I speak to you, if you have a good leader, they say if you want to look for the solution to the problem of a rotten fish, go to the head. The body language of the commander-in-chief matters. If you say the way it is right now, and I'm happy power is gradually returning to the people. If people, you know, what we have been having over the years, we're not having elections, we're having selections. They go to the kangaroo meeting, they arrange whatever they want to arrange, and put people on us. So if power is gradually returning to the people, it means these leaders that emanate from the people will not be accountable to the people. If power belongs to the people, nobody in National Assembly, nobody in the House of Assembly will go there and do otherwise. We'll go there and go against the will of the people. This is what we mean by democracy. Power of the people, by the people, and for the people. That has been lacking in Nigeria. So nobody should know any fear that if a bill is there, National Assembly will work against it. They cannot. As I speak to you right now, I have a member in the House of Representatives. He's of the PDP structure. That gentleman moved a motion in the National Assembly that for us to correct the anomalies in our academic system, in our educational system, that the children of the elite, the children of the politicians, should stop from going abroad for education. And the guy went further to say, the politicians should be stopped for going for medical tourism abroad. He's a member of the PDP. As I speak to you, he's already with Labour, which means a lot of people are tired of this shenanigans of PDP and APC. So nobody should know the fear that when Ogi comes on board, how is he going to? Nobody hates, nobody likes what is bad. The reason why you see people following what is bad because we have accepted what is bad as a norm, as a way of life, which is not supposed to be. So if power belongs to the people are now, you know, holding their leaders accountable. You know, that National Assembly is not too big for us to occupy. So I can even shock you by telling you right now, they made a kangaroo arrangement. The Senate president, as we speak, is not returning to the National Assembly by the grace of God. Over 70% of them are not returning. Why? Because of amendment in the electoral bill. So I see no reason why somebody should sit here and be nursing the fear that no leader can change the system. The system cannot change itself. It takes people to make a party. People, if you say a political party, It's a collection of people who believe in certain, ideas. If the system cannot automatically change, it's not a robot. It needs good leadership that will show the way, that will show the direction for others to follow. The body language of the head matters a lot. Who could remember one day when we had Buhari and the Jagbo? You get to Boston, you are alone, you are taking for the bus to come. You look at your back, there's nobody behind you. Discipline was instilled in you. That is what good leadership represents. Not the leadership that will tell you no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. So people will begin to live the way they want. So the National Assembly is not going to be an issue. All of them will straighten up. You see that they straighten up or they straighten out. You see that they make up or they make out. You see that they align with the people, with what the people want, with the yearnings and aspirations of the people, or we show them the way out and they go into political oblivion. It's not a record science. The reason why we do the way we do, no ideology, nothing. So it's gonna be about policies by the government. This is what this government stands for. If the policies are for the people, if the policies are people oriented, I bet you nobody can go against it. The person going against the people, what the people want, would be seen as a rebel. So any rebellious move would be seriously and vehemently resisted by the people, and the person will be shown the way out of the National Assembly. It's as simple as that. It's not a rocket, it's not a difficult thing to do. So having said that, I want to quickly touch on the Rafael issue. I don't know why people are making I think the issue is blown out of proportion. It's a traffic offense. It happens everywhere. I was driving one day, the light was almost turning green. I thought I could make it. I went through the light, not knowing that the vehicle behind me was a cop. They put me over, like, oh, did you know why I put you over? I tried to say no. And he was saying the light was red. I was saying no, it was yellow. It was about to be red. At the end of the day, I got a ticket. I went to court and, we trash it out. But another anomaly there, you don't see somebody's vehicle because he has committed a traffic infraction. You're supposed to give him a ticket. At the appropriate time, give him a court date. He will appear. You punch somebody's ticket, a first offender. It's not as if he was given a ticket over and over again, and he has refused to show up in court, and you are impounding his vehicle. He has a mission for that day. You have succeeded in destroying his day just of committing a common traffic law. I'm not saying by this that I subscribe to violence or I subscribe to impunity or breaking of law. The man, I'm not sure. I mean, the gentleman I see Rafael to be, he's not perfect though, but it's 1 in a million. I have to give it to him. He's not just a journalist. He's a journalist with a difference. So he's also a Christian. He has the fear of God. Now, I'm not sure he did that thing deliberately. Whether deliberately or not, he said he was ready to pay the infraction. And again, people are making a matter out of a motive because of who he represents. I don't want the gentleman. He has to be very careful because our society is unjust. In an unjust society, the best place for the just man is the jail. They want to see people like Rafael in jail. They don't like him when he talks because he doesn't romance. He doesn't say it the way they want to hear it. He says it the way it is. So he has to be very careful. If he lives in Lagos, he has to be careful with the traffic warning. They may use anybody to get at him. They are dangerous anytime, any day. They don't forgive. They are not human. They are vampires. Rafael has to be very careful. The society he's living in does not require his kind of personality. So, my brother.
I'm sorry that I have to interrupt you right there. You are going to continue, but I need to come in. Unfortunately, I'm not very happy with Rafael because what happened yesterday is when I get to know that Rafael actually walks alone. He drives alone. He goes everywhere alone. And what you just stated right now, shows that he's putting his life at risk.
Seriously, they can eliminate him anytime, any day.
Exactly.
They're not comfortable with people like that. They see like Obasabi. Who send you? Where you for come? Who born you? Who be your papa? They will kill out your way.
He drives alone. He goes everywhere alone, and it's too bad. It's too bad. Although I've already wrote him on Instagram, this morning. This is totally wrong. Nigeria, listen. Anybody can eliminate you, and that's it. You are gone. You are gone. We are going to come here to talk, and that's it. So for me, I support what Mr. Murray is saying. Rafael have committed a crime, or rather an offense, which is acceptable. He have also accepted it, that is ready to pay the fine. In the United Kingdom, where I grew up, footballers park their cars in a circle where the government said you cannot park your car because they stand to pay the fine. Rich people parked their cars or drove their cars or beat the light and ready to pay the fine or ready to lose 3 points from their license. It happens all over the world. He accepted it. Although he contradicted himself, fine. My main concern is not even the Nigerian government. My concern is the Nigerians themselves. Why is it that we are easily distracted by everything? We are easily distracted from our focus. In fact, I just hope, by God's grace, we all are not going to be distracted from Peter Obi's movement, because I'm consecrated to this, I'm dedicated to this. I will never, by God's grace, lose hope on this. But what about the other Nigerians? Mr. Mori, over to you to round up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that wonderful submission, contribution. You see, when you see people like Rufai in a Nigerian setting, they look at you like Obasabi. Where are you from? I hear you want to do this one. Who say you come here? Who you want to tell the truth? People are allergic to the truth. You know, they have a phobia for truth because they have been so battered and shut up for too long. Every Nigerian, almost every Nigerian, including me, have one mental issue or the other. So we celebrate what is not necessary. So if Rufai lives in Lagos, if you can hear me, he has to be extra careful. If you see when they were going to conduct the interview with Atiku, this is not the first one. If they are going for a sensitive interview, they don't take Rufai along. There are two things involved. Either Rufai will not compromise, he want to speak his mind, or the people being interviewed, the people being interviewed do not want person like Rufai to come. They feel he knows too much, or they call him Obasabi, whereas he's trying to speak truth to power. People don't like people like that in Nigeria. So I repeat, if Rufai goes everywhere alone, after what he's doing, after the good job he's doing, Nigerian leaders, Nigerian rulers don't know what is good job. They know evil job. They dwell in evil. That is what they do. That is their business. Evil is their business. So any attempt to correct them or to reveal their secret, you know, is tantamount to a suicide mission. They give you a personal grantor. They see you as enemy of the public. You know, who bore you? So they celebrate people like Olomo of Lagos, Tony Kabara, our brother in Benin. Those are the people our society celebrates. You know, we eulogize them, we celebrate them. So Rufai, I repeat, has to be very careful if he died by himself. I was surprised when after his arrest, before he was calling for help, for assistance, he has to change the way he moves. You know, he's a Christian. There are people that believe God can protect them. You know, God, I know you have God, but you still have to, you know, we have to be wise as dove, as elephant, as a dove, according to our Bible. You know, Rufai is doing a human job. Not everybody will be happy with what he's doing. So this is why you see there's a lot of political undertone, a lot of political dimension to the traffic issue. It has been taken out of context, it has blown out of proportion. You know, somebody committed a traffic infraction. It's all over everywhere, trying to get at him by all means. You know, you think everybody will like the good work you're doing? No, you are stepping on toes every day. So this is why you see it is blowing everywhere like a Hamatan fire, which is not necessary. I don't know this. I don't know which topic we are.
Mr. Mori, sorry, I'm Ms. Kashi, sorry, I'll just quickly come in here. Mr. Mori, I think you're overreacting to this whole thing. Are you aware that it was Rufai himself that brought this whole thing to the social media space? It was not. It was nobody but Rufai himself.
He wanted to be safe. He wanted to be safe. His life was threatened at a point.
Mr. Akin, he brought it to the social media because Nigerian police cannot be trusted. In case they killed him, at least he wanted to give awareness to Nigerians. And I will do the same.
He was already away from the scene when he brought it to the social media space. He was telling people what happened earlier in the day.
He was away from the scene.
That's not true.
Yeah, so the police only reacted back to him to say, listen, you are kind of misinterpreting the real situation that took place. If he never brought it to social media space, nobody will even know these things happen in the first place. He would have just dealt with it out there. That's it. Done.
Okay, let me ask you one question. As small as I was in Nigeria, I had my own little business. With my little connection, I was a local champion. You know, I travel everywhere with the kind of business I was doing. I could go to Warri, Saple, Ughelli, Lagos, and whatever. Do you know? My boys will be somewhere where having altercation with police. As soon as I show up, I know what to do. On personal recognition, as small as I was, they will let them go. They will let me go because of you. So I'm just saying that they don't know. I'm not saying he's too big to commit an offense. Are you saying based on the good job the boy is doing, they shouldn't have been able to recognize him and let him go on personal recognition? Do they have to go away with his car?
So Mr. Mori, you actually believe in your own heart that those police officers or Nigerians, majority of Nigerians know who Rufai is. I think this is where we are kind of getting a lot of things wrong. You know,
he introduced himself, for Christ's sake. He introduced himself.
Even if he introduced himself, they don't know him. That doesn't look. If it could be anybody. If I don't know Rufai, and Rufai come to me and say I'm Rufai, who the hell is Rufai? I don't know you.
Who the hell is Rufai? Rufai is a human being.
I'm inclined to think that if it is a normal case, if it is a normal case of an individual breaks something like commits a traffic offense and the police parks you and then it goes normal, Rufai may not bother. But you never know the type of word, the way they challenge him or whatever happened there that made Rufai to say, look, I had better put this out. It's not that he didn't know he committed an offense. He should know, and he should be ready to pay the whatever fine there is. At least that makes him human. We all commit crime.
No,
we all commit
Mr. CM, all of this we've talked about all of this, but the way they are going at the ball as if it was other people that make this thing blown. It was Rufai that brought it to the social media space.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you very much. I think
he said it was Ofando. He said it was Ofando. His car was impounded. They drove away his car without his consent. That was an aberration. They're playing politics with a minor issue. Thank you very much. On this note, I yield the floor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mori, for that. Rufai should just be fine and just move forward, move ahead with the whole thing. You know, these things happen every day. Like you guys.
Okay. Please, give me 1 minute. I have someone on the phone. Israel Semota, go ahead, talk to me.
Yes, thank you once again. I wanted to come here. I want to ask Mr. Mori one thing. Mr. Mori, are you there? Can you hear me?
He can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Mori, I want to ask you, did Rufai break the law?
Yes.
The answer is
yes.
Okay, now, whether they know him, he would have told the police who he is. But it doesn't matter who Rufai is. He has broken the law. He needs to listen.
Yes.
We don't want a situation where in Nigeria, because you are a celebrity, you are not telling us that you are not above the law because you are a celebrity. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work that way. We need to say the fact right here. Rufai broke the law. You must face it.
But Mr. Israel, what?
Hello, Mr. Israel.
I think we lost Mr. Israel there. I can hear a lot
Yeah,
of
I want to know him. The guy acknowledged he committed an infraction. He said it with his own mouth that he committed an infraction. He was ready to pay the price. That was what Rufai said. He's not denying. But does that mean he have to play politics with everything? Do they have to impound this car? He had a mission for that money. They should have given him a ticket. He will report later at the office.
Thank you, Mr. Mori. Israel, please round up, because we need to give 1 minute to everyone.
If Rufai has an issue with them, for them pointing a gun to them, that is where I stand with him. Why was the gun pointed on him? What did he do? What happened there?
You don't do anything before Nigerian government point gun at you.
Let me ask Israel, if Rufai was Tinubu, you think they would have treated him the same way? If I may ask you.
Okay, hold on. Rufai has the duty to fight for clarification and also can challenge that fine in the court of law. That is how it's supposed to be.
Okay. Thank you, my brother Israel. Thank you so much. We need to round up now. We've been here. Kashi, please. If everyone have contributed, please can you give everyone 1 minute so we can round
Yes,
up?
everybody has contributed. Our time is already fast spent, and I really think we're dwelling so much on this Rufai's issue. Rufai should just pay the fine and move. I really just feel he contradicted himself a lot when he came on live to explain himself.
Okay.
Like I said before, he contradicted himself a lot.
Thank you. I cannot stand here. You bring it down, my guy. I don't like
He
that.
contradicted himself.
Okay,
First of all, he talks in a Google map. After he say he see people when they pass there, now let's make them pass. Later, he now talk another one.
Thank you.
After I go call your governor.
Let Kashi talk. Let Kashi talk.
Thank you,
Let
Kashi.
Kashi talk.
Thank you. Off the
Let
mic.
Kashi talk.
Kashi, off the mic. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Give everybody 1 minute and rest for Rufai matter.
Rufai, pay your fine and go. Simple and short. Pay
Off
your
the
fine
mic.
and move. Thank you. Okay, guys, that being said, I want to say thank you all to everybody on the comment section, to the viewers, and everybody on the panelists today. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been wonderful. But let me take time out to acknowledge those people on the comment section. I'm going to start with Mommy Diaspora, the mommy of all. Thank you very much for always being here. I can see Rita Adams, Unstoppable. Thank you very much, Daniel. Alex, I see you right there. Thank you, Omoyes Connor. I see you right there. Thank you all so much for being here with me. The Queen Valerie, I see you right there. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, Kachi don't vessel. They bully me. They push me left, right, and center. I beg, we need more women here. So when they are talking to me, people will stand up for me. All the men are just pushing me around. You know, good now. Anyways, let me continue. Princess Christian, I see you. June Obaseki, I see you right there. Thank you so much, for being here with me. I appreciate you, Danny. Alex, Shola FC, I see you right there. Thank you so much for being here. I can see Imo Sokri. I see Gabriel Grana. Thank you. Advance Guy on Walele. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. You guys have been so amazing. Emmanuel, I see you right there. Thank you. In Life No Limits, I see you. Efreta Catfish Farms, Nigeria, I see you right there. Danny Alex, I see you. I can see Sam right there. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been wonderful. I apologize if I did not call your name. Please forgive me. I was sorry. I forgot to say thank you to Mr. Joseph Orji for the super sticker. Mr. Joseph Orji, thank you so much. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. Guys, always try and support us with the super sticker. Click on the super sticker. Support us with anything you can to keep this ministry going forward. Thank you so much, guys. Guys, if I did not call your name, just know that it wasn't intentional. Thank you so much. I see all of you. I see all of your comments. Thank you so much. Trust me, Ninja Watch is nothing without you guys. I see Michael right there. Thank you so much, Michael, for being here. I want to say thank you to those people in the on the panel. J.O., thank you so much for coming here today. We appreciate you. Please talk to more people about Ninja Watch. And we had another new person today. Okay, Mr. Ungozi, I remember now. Mr. Ungozi, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you guys. This is the reason why we keep urging all of you to keep liking those broadcasts so YouTube can keep suggesting our videos to more people. We need more people to come so we can share ideas and get more educated and all of that. Thank you so much. And to my amazing viewers, oh my God, you guys have a special place in my heart. Thank you also so much. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you. But that being said, I'm going to give everybody 1 minute to summarize on everything that they've been saying so far. Guys, 1 minute today. I use timer. Immediately just knock 1 minute. I go say, bam, thank you very much. 1 minute to put your own timer before somebody will tell me, Kachi, I only contributed partially. I wonder what that one even means. I contributed partially. So, guys, please, 1 minute. I'm going to.
All right, Kachi, I will speak for Alex. Alex just joined us right now. He's the only person that will be allowed to speak for 3 minutes. Every other person is 1 minute. Go ahead. Thank you.
Beg me first now. Say, please.
Now, not first. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Alex, 3 minutes, please.
Kachi, your government go tough.
Okay, can I come in now?
Mr. Alex, please go ahead. You have just 3 minutes, please.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm sorry I came late. It's been a very hectic day. So I want to thank you all for your submissions. I've been listening for the past 30 minutes or so. I was prompted to come in. I didn't want to. Sometimes I like to also be on the background to learn. We are on the right track, but I've been worried about Rufai. I'm a student of history, especially Nigerian political history. If you remember how Bola Giwa died, Dele Giwa died. Dele Giwa was killed with a letter bomb by government. He was fiercely attacking or correcting. They tried a lot of means to kill that guy. He could not be killed. So Rufai has been a guy. He's a media freedom fighter. He's a God-fearing media freedom fighter. He has been doing a great job. He has been, he has been tormenting this evil leadership with facts and figures, with history. If you remember how Chibo Kadibo was killed by Obasanjo administration, go and read or go and find out how he was killed. Forget about what the media told you. Remember how Fela was killed and they lied that he died of HIV/AIDS. So these people are dangerous, like someone said. They are evil. So Rufai should be very careful. I'm sure they've already mapped him out. They've targeted him. These are signs that he has been mapped out because his voice is reaching, far reaching. He is on the side of justice and he's on the side of development. He's an anti-corruption crusader. What do you expect from the evil ones? So I'm sure this is not the first time he's breaking the traffic laws, which anybody can do when you are in a hurry. So suddenly their searchlight is beamed on him because it's a critical time. It's an electionary time where we have to make an historical, presidential, presidential candidates that will take us from this quagmire that we find ourselves. So right now, Rufai should be careful. If he's hearing me, those who are close to him, he should watch his back. Like somebody said before, he shouldn't be walking alone until next year election. I fear for his life. This is why some of us behave the way we behave. People say, why are you not coming out? Why are you not taking form? Why are you not participating? Why are you not at the forefront? A king who is also a husband sometimes requires the tactics of a slave to fulfill his duty. So we live in a very dangerous and cannibalistic country where you will just be killed and nothing happens. Life goes on. Till today, investigation never reveal what killed Dele Giwa, what killed Chibo Kadibo. They just frame up a news and that is the end. So I'm so scared for that guy because the guy is a material for the future. He's a young man, he's vibrant, he's educated, he's well read, he's still reading. When he makes his submissions, I am puzzled. I am overwhelmed, or I am always attentive. So the guy is, and he's not on the side of the corrupt people. So please, we should try and write to him to watch his steps from now on. And he lives in Lagos, the city of the Jagaban. So that is going to be a very difficult one. Concerning Peter Obi, I want you to expect more allegations are going to come, even against this platform. People are going to come in the next few months. A lot of things are going to be coming up. Allegations against Obi, allegations against us. I mean, a lot of funny things. I don't know why. Look at the video I watched. People were just leading Tinubu. Tinubu is almost 100 years old, for God's sake. He should be enjoying his grandchildren or his great-grandchildren. God has been kind to him, sparing his life. He should just be by the sideline. He should be doing his Medicare. He should be, he should be a statesman. So with the way the economy is, with insecurity ravaging the whole nation, we need people like that. Let me tell you something, my dear brothers and sisters. That traffic breaking that this guy was taken up on is not ordinary. Yes, it's not ordinary. They've beamed their searchlight on that man, Rufai. He must be very careful. Anything he does or says these days are going to be used against him by these wicked people. But I have good news for him. Whenever you are fighting a good cause, and whenever you are doing the right thing, the forces of nature have a way of protecting you. And Rufai will not die. He will continue to live for us, speak for us. He is our mouthpiece on that media platform. He is the mouthpiece of the people. He has not hidden his love and passion for the people, for a better country. So all the threats, all the firing darts that they will throw at him, no one will bring him down. So he should just watch his steps. As I round up, I want to praise everybody who has been on the platform, but somebody seemed to be on the side of the government. I don't want to mention name. I understand you have rights to support anybody. Even Adolf Hitler had people who were following him. They still have white supremacist party these days. So we have to give them their freedom, but we will keep campaigning for a better country. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother Alex. I don't know if Kashi is still right there.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. All right then. Good. We need to do one minute now so we can round up. Alex, that was a wonderful delivery. I thank you very much. I just hope Rufai can learn from what is currently going on social media right now to know that, God forbid, if anything happened to him, Nigerians are only going to, sorry guys, Nigerians are only going to clamor for a week or 2, 3, 4, and at the end of the day, everybody move on. Everybody should remember that Nigerians are the most easily distracted, people I've known in my life. Kashi, over to you.
Mr. Tiobala, please, it's your turn to speak. 1 minute. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I said let me stay on the background and start listening. It's very nice. Meanwhile, I just want to warn Nigeria police force. It's not everything you start pointing gun at person. Let rules and regulation take order. I also want to urge each and every one, all Nigerians. This is a battle between the old and the people. It's a battle between the cabals and the people. The cabal does not want the good of the nation. If the APC and the PDP, what they want to crumble that economy, they want to crumble the nation. They don't care about you, they don't care about us. Look at Tinubu, whether we like it or not, I will say it wholeheartedly. Tinubu is that a questionable character. His birth is not known, his origin is not known, his certificates, his age, none is known. Whether we like it or not, he has a case in the US that relates with drug addicts. This is not a leader we want in this century. Today, for you to know Buhari promise, they will not come for interview. They will not tell Nigeria what they want to do. All today, we have not heard for Tinubu. All today, we have not heard for him. Let's go back to Atiku. He is known for corruption. We cannot afford that kind of man anymore. If you want a better country, we need a man of integrity. We need somebody who is there for the nation.
Your 1 minute is off now. Your 1 minute is up. Thank you, Mr. Tiobala. Round up in 2 seconds, please. 2 seconds.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. The next person is Mr. John. Mr. John E., are you there with us?
Yeah, thank you all so much. I really just enjoy listening to all of the different opinions. I think Rufai at this point has gotten the message that he should, he needs to watch out and make sure that his person is secure, because like you said, that if something happens to him tomorrow, by next week, no one would really care.
Yeah.
A lot's been said. I think that though Nigerians they got to realize where they are. I think many Nigerians think that they're kind of like a company where everyone has a vote, and there are laws that are followed, but Nigeria is truly a place where one day people are debating about the rule of law, and the next day those same people are breaking it. So does Nigeria really have laws? In fact, I would argue Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a cult, because in a company, in a country or a company, you have the right to have a vote that counts, and when things aren't going your way, you sell your shares and you leave. But in Nigeria, the cult, people die every day, and if you say you want to exit, they'll kill you. So Rufai definitely needs to watch out, needs to realize he's living in a cult where the likes of Tinubu and those people aren't really going to let him run his mouth that much longer. So anyway, God bless you all, and I'm just so happy that these sort of discussions keep going on.
God bless you too, Mr. John. Thank you very much. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Akim. Your 1 minute starts now.
Well, thank you very much, my sister. I appreciate the good work that you've done today. Thank you as well, Mr. Davis. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. This one, I'm just weak, because what I'm just hearing now, Rufai being put in the same sentence with Delegiwa, that one, I've never heard this kind of thing in my life. Rufai is a critic. He works for one of the establishment media house. There is nothing Rufai is doing that we don't do 10 times over here in Niger Watch. There's nothing Rufai is doing that it makes him so special that other people don't do in different platforms. So this idea that all of a sudden the man who went and drive through through a bus lane, which you can see clearly that was demarcated, came out and also posted it on social media. All of a sudden his life is at risk. Why are we doing this to ourselves, Nigerians? Why are we like this? What is going on? I don't get it. Where did all these comparisons? I was shocked. I didn't hear them comparing with Abiola or some other legend of the nation. Yeah, it hasn't come to this, man. This whole thing is just being blown. Rufai, look, he was a victim. He was a victim of bad policing. Just like every other Nigerian, just like you would be a victim of bad policing, I would be a victim of bad policing. He didn't break the law. Yes, he did. Did the police did they overbear? Yes, they did, because they were not properly trained in the first place. Every Nigerian, majority of Nigerians are victims of this bad policing. So what is all of this outcry? I don't get it.
Okay,
all right,
thank you, Mr. Akim. I think the message. I think the
please
message.
hold on. Yeah, so sorry, Kashi. Mr. Akim, you're right, a victim of bad policing. But remember, a lot of people who have been a victim of bad policing, especially in the country where you and I came from, Nigeria, many of them are no longer in this life anymore. They lost their lives in the process. So we, Nigerians, who cares about in the hands of the bad policing? Yeah, it's happening every day. Because they are not known, nobody talk about them. So we'll move on to the next person. The next person right here who needs to speak to us right now is Mr. CM. Mr. CM, you have 1 minute. Your 1 minute starts right now.
Okay, thank you, Niger Watch. So I use my 1 minute to just to say that I know why Rufai must have put that in his social media. It's like an insurance to let people know. Probably the way he was talked and pointing gun. Rufai, yes, I know he's a first-class journalist, very honest in his analysis, and people follow him a lot. In fact, if not because of him, most people will not be watching Arise News between Tundu, Rufai, and the Abati. He's quite exceptional. So I can understand his fears. Even if I'm in his shoe, I will do so. I will put it on social media to tell people that this is what I went through. But that doesn't mean that he's not accepting being guilty. It's just that because of pointing that gun at him, he might not end that way. It can be used, any politician can use the police to do harm to him. So I believe that is why he's just alerting people that without even saying it that way, that this is what happened. Maybe I admit I'm guilty of the offense, but then now it should not. I should only be made to pay the fine and not to be harassed or pointed gun at. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. CM. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Omori. 1 minute starts now, please.
Yeah, we leave it. Thank you for the 1 minute. Let us not be distracted by Wike trying to leave his party, going back to his party. People is lying, not lying. Let's not be distracted by every other issue. For now, let's be united. Let's stay focused. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you all.
God bless you too, Mr. Omori. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Chooks. 1 minute, please, Mr. Chooks. Mr. Chooks, are you ready for me, please?
Yeah, I'm ready. Sorry.
1
Thank
minute.
you. Yeah. Thank you once again. I just want to use this opportunity to, ask Nigerians, the youth especially, to come out and do the needful. We've seen how it's going. Soon we will start campaign. And I don't expect anything short than victory. So we're seeing how weak. I've said it before. This is, if the youth can see what is going on now, they can see the their usual ways. I said it, we can need to demand something. I just said it yesterday. Today, he has put up his demands, what he can get before he mellowed down for PDP. So let's use this as a opportunity and gain the people from them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chooks, for that. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, just because you came late, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Mr. Charles, please go ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Kachi. I'm very happy that you gave me 2 minutes. Good morning from here to everyone. I will not take much of you guys' time. You see, all I want to say here, you see, I think Nigerians, it's high time. We should start looking back to verify where people are coming from. It's not about people, somebody is contesting today. It's not all about that. It's all about looking back, verify where people are coming from. It's like 25, 30 years ago. Look back. Where is these people that have become a billionaire overnight, that want to throw money up and down to contest and buy everyone? Where are they coming from? Who are they? Because I know about 30 years ago, our dear incoming president, Mr. Peter Obi, has become a billionaire, and everyone knows where he's coming from. Tinubu Atiku and all of them. Who are they? This is how to see if this person is corrupt or not. Where have he been? At least it will help every of us to know and to see if this kind of wealth that many of them have acquired, if it is possible to acquire such wealth within a space of time. And no, we all know Tinubu and the Atiku, they just become billionaires and trillionaires overnight because they were opportune to get into government office. So we should look into all this and tell our people, because we need someone who will lead us to our destinies, who will create an open environment for Nigerians to do their own businesses and live like every other nation. That's all I want to contribute here. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Oh, that was 2 minutes. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles, for that amazing contribution. I want to say thank you to the Niger Watch family. Thank you, Mr. Theobala, Mr. CM, Mr. Akim, Mr. John, Mr. Chooks, Mr. Alex, Mr. Charles. I want to say thank you to Jay.
Kachi, please, can I say something, please? Please, just for a second, please.
All right, okay,
Please.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to say, gentlemen, about Mr. Rufai, because I'm very, very particular about him. If you remember, a Saudi Arabia journalist was killed in Turkey. His body was mutilated and put in a sack bag. And of all indications from the British investigation pointed to the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Fela was not killed by AIDS. His brother later confessed that while he was making that announcement, a gun was planted behind him. Should he mention anything contrary to what he was asked to say, he would have been killed. Chibo Karibo's age, holding his asthmatic inhaler, was asked to leave, and his guard and his group of people were tear gassed. He couldn't reach his medicine, orchestrated by our then president Obasanjo. How was Bola Ige killed? So Rufai should be careful. It's not about comparing him to one hero or the other. The guy is our hero right now, and if you are not comfortable with that, that's your business. We know the work he's doing. The fact that we are doing the same work here doesn't mean we will not appreciate what he's doing. Because he's not corrupt now, he's not on their side, suddenly he's just a normal human being. He's not a normal citizen. He's our special one, and we love him. Period. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Do you think that I know Nigerians know the seriousness of the problems that are around them, but do you think that they've truly internalized it? Like when we talk about things like terrorist groups running around, or just like Alex said, when he's giving you reference points of journalists and other historical figures that have been killed because the regimes that are oppressive regimes that they live in want to get rid of them. I know people understand that there are problems, but do you think that the average typical Nigerian, like us all, the average person out there, really internalizes it?
Yes, I can. Is it John E? Yes, I can say so. But if there is a government that can do more than what previous governments did in terms of this type of assassination that Alex is highlighting, this is a very evil government. They can do more than that. They can.
So
They
why?
can do.
So why do you think?
Because of time, because of
Sorry.
time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And Mr. CN, thanks for responding to that. We appreciate you all. Alexander Gomez, thank you very much, sir, for the encouragement, for your support continuously. We appreciate you. Back to you again, Kashi Roundup. Thank you.
Okay, Alexander Gomez, thank you so much. I don't say I'm going to sing your name today. Thank you so much, Alexander. Mr. Sam, I beg, not just laugh me. Alexander Gomez, thank you so much.
I support you.
Thank you so much, Alexander, for this. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. Guys, continue to show us love and support so we can push this going. But we appreciate you. Thank you so much for always coming out here, taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. I appreciate you. Trust me, I do not take your love and support for granted. God bless you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To my amazing panelists today, you guys have been amazing. Thank you all. To those people on the comment section, I love you guys. Thank you so much. And to my wonderful, wonderful viewers all over the globe, Kachi loves you. Ninja Watch loves you. We love you all. Until I come your way next time, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. My name is Kachi, and this is me saying bye and peace out. Ciao, ciao.